Hola, hola, hola. Where my people at? Where my people at? Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you, my beautiful people. It is Monday. We made it. And you better be feeling like it's Friday up in this bitch because you got air in your lungs. I keep telling y'all that every day should feel like Friday. If it does not, you're doing something wrong with your life. On that note, welcome to another episode of On the Block with Jen. I'm YouTube's and your favorite devil's advocate, Jen. How are you, darlings? I feel good. I'm a little hype. I just got back from the gym. I got the blood and adrenaline, right? Racing through my veins. I feel good. I'm happy to be here for you guys. Tonight's an interesting subject, okay? You guys know I observe people and I always look at things differently, hence devil's advocate, okay? So I'm gonna bring it to you different, this topic specifically about Jonathan Majors. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget you can reach me on all social media platforms on the block with Jen. Okay. If you want to support the show and help mama keep the church lights on, do not forget you can cash at me also at On the Block with Jen. So it's very, very easy. Cash app On the Block with Jen, TikTok On the Block with Jen, Instagram On the Block with Jen, Facebook On the Block with Jen, On the Block with Jen at Gmail. That is for interviews, collabs, and what have you. Fellas, I keep getting date invites in there. Not looking for a date, okay? I keep getting marriage proposals in there. I'm flattered. Gracias. I'm not interested in the ring. I'm not that girl, but I'm flattered. Thank you. Stay out of there with that, okay? That's not what that's there for. My Gmail is for business. I am flattered, but no gracias, okay? I'm all about my business in the 2023. Okay. Every girl with a pair of tits not looking for a ring. I'm flattered, but move on. I'm not that girl. Okay. With that said, thank you to everybody who cash apps me when I'm not on air because you caught a replay and you appreciate the show and the dialogue and you are entertained. Are you not entertained? We do our best to entertain you here. So thank you. Again, Cash App is discreet. A lot of people don't like other people seeing where their money goes. You can cash at me discreetly. I will send you that heart back and let you know I got it. With that said, if you want people to know you're sponsoring the show, you like Jen, shout me out. I will gladly do that, okay? Or you could super chat me. Either way, it is all good. I appreciate you. Without another further, let me bring up the lady of the block, who's much more of a lady than me, because you know I'd be like, fuck y'all, suck my dick, right? You know. So let's bring up Lily from YB Limited. Hey, mama.
Can you see me backstage before you bring me on?
I
Was
can.
my ass in your face?
No, I didn't see that. Like I'm looking up, down, up, down. First of all, I am loving this look. I would do that look. I am loving that look, Lily.
Yes, actually, let me shout out the person who, because I wasn't even thinking about that until you just said this. But
Okay.
this is 125th and Wealthy. This is a
Ooh,
Black-owned, woman-owned brand. So check
nice.
them out on Instagram, 125th and Wealthy.
125th and Wealthy. Let me write that down so I could follow. Now, is that the numbers 125 TH and Wealthy?
Yep. And what makes now most people know I don't really dress down that often. Like I'm always
Mm-hmm.
dressed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
they sent this to me, and it's actually a friend of mine. I've known her for years. So she came out with her own clothing line. And
Nice.
I'm gonna be real with you. I was really nervous because she
Okay.
sent me this is a set, a top and the bottom sweatsuit.
Mm-hmm.
And typically those sets don't
Mm-hmm.
rock well with me because I'm like heavier on the top than I am the bottom.
Okay.
So the sets usually don't work well. When I tell you this thing fits so good, I actually have a video on my reel. So yeah, it's really, really good.
Nice. Okay. I like it. Like we have to support. Okay, we have
Yes.
to support. So 125th and Wealthy. Shout out to her. What's her name?
Her name is Melinda.
Melinda. Shout out to Melinda, 125th and Wealthy. And if she ever
Yes.
wants to come up, she is more than welcome to plug
Yeah,
away.
and she's a singer, so she'll be here for one of the talent shows.
Okay, yeah, I was discussing that today with a couple of my friends. If you guys are just getting in here, spread the word. April 15th, we are going to have a block talent battle, and there will be a cash prize. So look out for Lily and I's promo on that. So make sure you're following us both on Instagram. We're going to be plugging that. April 15th, we will have a block talent battle. So
Yes.
singers, actors, if you have a monologue, rappers, dancers, whatever it is you do, lip sync, whatever it is you do, you are more than welcome to come and perform for the cash prize. Of course, we will be up here judging and judging. We
Oh,
will. So
oh
it's not
yes.
for the, don't come up here for the faint of heart. This is for the bold. This is a block talent battle, and there will be a cash prize. And your friends got to vote for you. Now, we still going to say what we think about you, but we don't get the last word. The voters do. And we're going to start promoting that very, very soon. April 15th, block talent battle on the block. Okay.
Yes.
So that's going to be lots of fun. And hopefully, I can get one of my celebrity friends to come be a guest judge. I'm already discussing that behind the scenes. I'll fill you in later, Lily, because I got some new information for us. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So we'll get into that as well. Good to see you. I'm loving that look. Like I would totally wear that.
Me too. It's very roundaway, girl. This very beat Bronx,
Very.
Brooklyn. This is New
Yes.
York. Like this is giving New York in the 80s.
Yes. Very, very much so. I love any look that is like, I'm cute, but don't talk to me.
Don't that's why I wore this today. That is so funny. That was what I was going for today. I was
I'm
like,
cute, but don't talk.
yes, I'm gonna give
Don't talk to me. Don't
right.
talk
Cute but
to me.
unapproachable.
Right, right. Sometimes we just, we just want to be cute. Yeah, Lily. Oh my God. I had something on my mind today. And if the rock hits you, it hits you. But I just want to get this out the way really quickly. Ladies, if you're watching me, and this can even apply to guys, this can apply to guys, but this is specifically targeted for women. Men do this thing that they don't notice they do. And I've heard this before. And even even some of my friends have done it. You know what I mean? Unknowing. Sometimes it's not malicious. Sometimes it is malicious. Usually if it happens from a complete stranger on YouTube, there's usually malice or bitterness behind it. Men have the bad habit of telling a woman what would make her look better, whether it's, oh, if you had long hair, you'd look better. Oh, if you didn't have makeup on, you'd look better. Oh, if you were thicker, you'd look better. Oh, if you were skinnier, you'd look better. Men have that bad habit of doing that. So, ladies, do me a favor. Look at that man and tell him you'd look better with $1 million. But we're not going to get that, are we? You're not going to prioritize your life to make $1 million to make yourself more attractive in my eyes, right? So don't let men get away with that because it's a bad habit men have of playing dress up with women. You look better without makeup. You look better with longer hair. You look better with shorter hair. You look better without makeup. What I look like is none of your fucking business unless you are my man. And even if you are my man, careful now what you
Tread lightly.
request. Okay? Careful what you request. And I just wanted to put that out there because I noticed there are a lot of comments that go on online targeted to women of how they would look better. Well, motherfucker, you would look better with 6 zeros in your account.
Right.
Are we
Right.
getting that? Or if we're not getting that, then don't fucking worry about what women look like because I'm getting sick and tired of you guys running around on your keyboards, okay, telling women what they should have or should not have to look better. It's tiring already. I think men look better with 6 zeros in their account. That's what I
They
think.
really do.
Are you gonna comply? Are you going to go and run out and get 6 zeros? Because I think you'd look better with 6 zeros. That's how ignorant some of you guys sound. And you better be looking like Dwayne the Rock fucking Johnson or Jason Momoa before you suggest a motherfucking thing about what
And
I
even
should
then
look like.
tread lightly.
let's just let's just tread. I see that a lot, and men are very,
They
you know.
do.
Do you notice that men are very
Oh no, I
carefree?
literally today just left a comment about that today on someone's page. I was like, can we
Okay.
literally today I said, can we normalize not commenting on women's bodies because we don't know what type of trauma they have gone through around their bodies. We don't know if they have a lot of women have eating disorders, right?
Mhm.
This, a lot of women can be very self-conscious about somebody, just so many different things. You don't even have to know these things you shouldn't even have to even know these things to not comment on a woman's body.
Right, right. I mean, I'm telling you, it's just as it, but it's funny because men are hugely sensitive about their wallets. And that's why I say, right? That's why I say retort with their wallet. Okay. Let them know that they would look better with $1 million fucking.
Yep.
Because that's what I find attractive, 6 zeros.
Mhm.
So let them know, right? If they want to be just as fucking, if they want to be ignorant, be just as fucking ignorant. Like stop commenting. Oh, you would look better if you were skinnier. You would look better if you were thicker. You would look better, sir, with 6 fucking zeros. You would look better 6'2". Don't play with me.
I always come after their money or their height because I know that's usually the Achilles heel.
Like it's so ignorant. Ladies, do not let a motherfucker do that to you. I am sick of it. And please pass that message along to young women.
Yes.
Okay? Because we start feeling this way later on in our life. But young women take that shit to heart and then they carry it all over. They're like, oh, I would look better with no makeup. Well, I would look better. What you look like is nobody's fucking business.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers have lost their damn minds.
And you're right. They do it without even thinking. It just rolls off their tongue. And you like, what made you think that was okay?
No, sir. No, sir. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. But I noticed they're very, very nonchalant with that shit. No,
Yeah, they
sir.
are.
Cut the shit. Motherfucker, man, listen. Welcome, No Saint.
No Saint.
Let me tell you, No Saint always comes in when we are like dragging the men. No Saint.
Got something to say, No Saint? Got something to say about one of our bodies?
Sure I do. I mean, I guarantee if I had 6 figures, it wouldn't be hard for me to date other women.
Right? Like, Jesus, don't fucking... Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen. Well, No Saint, you probably can't join in. But, Lily, do you know remember Marilyn Monroe singing happy birthday to Kennedy?
Yes.
Okay. Can you sing along with me? Because we got a birthday boy in the building. Don Levon, okay? Today is his birthday.
Happy birthday.
But we got to do it like Marilyn. Ready?
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Okay, ready?
You ready, Lily? 1, 2, 3.
Happy
birthday to you. Oh, wait. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to
you. Oops, my dress flew up.
Oh my God, my titty fell out. Oh my God.
Oops.
How did that happen? Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday. A bajillion more to you. Nice to see you. And your tongue. Nice to see you and your tongue.
Your tongue is always welcome on the block, Mr. Don Levon.
Okay. Happy birthday. Big up to Don Levon.
Well, I have something to get off my chest before we get started.
Monday, I'm hype. I have my little energy drink. So I'm like, who want it?
I got smoke. I got smoke for America.
Oh.
What the fuck is going on around here? So, if you don't know, they've been trying to ban drag queens. And in some states, they have successfully passed the law to ban drag queens.
Okay, let's clarify. Ban drag queens where? Like when they do their shows at their clubs?
Yes. Yes. I saw when they started proposing it a few months ago, and I sent it to some of my friends that are active, and they're like, the activists, they already on top of that stuff. But then I sent this to some of my friends that are queer, and a lot of them was like, nah, that'll never happen. But I told you all on the block. I said the moment we gave the government autonomy over our body, it was a slippery slope, and they want to just start taking rights left and right, you know. And I named it in that order. I said first it's going to be the medical thing, then it's going to be abortion, then they're going to come for LGBT rights, and next, and then they're going to come for more Black rights. I said it in that order, and they're doing it literally in that order. So, and then I think, and then there, you know, there was I don't know if I can't say this on YouTube because they'll flag us, but we know that there was a school pow, right? And come to find out that person was TS, right? And so, you know, they're going to try to make it all about that.
Right, of course.
You know the
distractions. I think this is a real pickle for the right-wing conspiracy nuts, because they don't want to go against guns, but they want to go against TS. So they're really in trouble on this one.
Right. Right.
But you heard about the story, I take it, Jen?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I sure did. Look. Oh my goodness. It's interesting to me, and it goes without saying. I mean, I think by now we're all clear the government is like, fuck y'all, right? Fuck y'all and your couch. Because I'm like, you'll ban something like drag queens, but TikTok is frying the brains. Literally frying the brains of children as young as toddlers. Okay. And they know it, and they're making it worse and worse and worse and more addictive, right? But you're banning drag queens at their place of business, because I thought they were banning them like in general, but banning them at their place of business to me is insane.
It's insane, the insanity, and they're just not just coming for them. You know, they're coming at the trans rights too. That's all on the table. There's a ton of anti-trans legislation on the books right now.
Well, and I think it's really interesting, because what's interesting about it is this: we live in a country, yet we're about to live in a country that has different rules depending on where you live, because the drag queen is not going to be banned where I live. Now, you get a little bit outside of here in Louisiana, and you may get some laws, but in New Orleans, it's not going to be banned. There's no way. And in Atlanta, it's not going to. But in Florida, I think that's one of the places you may be talking about, because I know that DeSantis down there is making a big thing out of this nonsense of culture wars, making up things. I think we're going to be living in the same country, but separate rules for wherever you live. I really do, because yeah.
But that's my issue.
But it's kind of like what you're saying, because my whole thing is, I've always been like, here where in the South, they also always talk about states' rights, which to me, states' rights is a code word for we want to put in rules that limit people. Because I'm like, wait, when we had states' rights, that's when you had Jim Crow laws down in the South. I was like, no, I'm a federalist. I believe in the federal government should have the right to pass laws over people in other places. But I know that's not popular for everybody, but I do believe that. And because each individual state, now it's becoming individual towns and cities in that state with different sets of rules depending on, you know, your upbringing, or if you're religious or not, or if, you know, yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
I'm wondering where we're headed then. Like, what, you know, I mean, I'm really wondering like where we're headed and how big a rebellion is there going to be, if any, or are people just going to go with the flow? Because I think when they did that abortion thing, I think they should have raised hell, hot water, and fury. But it seems kind of like people after a while, they'll be mad those first couple months, and they're protesting and yelling, and it kind of like dies down. And I think that our government is used to seeing that, right? Like they'll march for a little bit, they'll be mad, they'll wear the pink pussy hats, and they'll get over it. What the fuck they gonna do about it, right? Honestly, what can really happen?
Yeah, because
Well,
we're in a different. Let's see. This is the thing. We're in a different time period, right? As opposed to, because a lot of people don't know the story of Pride and how Pride got started. I think people, when they think of Pride, they think of floats and, fun drag queens and all of that good stuff, parties and all of that. But Pride was a demonstration. Pride was a fight back against the police, because at that time it was
Yes, it
illegal to be
was.
a drag queen. At that time it was illegal to be gay. So
Hmm.
the police used to harass them every night. They would lock them up for no reason. They would rape them. They would do all kind of things. They still do that to this day.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and so that night, the girls
Hmm.
was like, "No, ma'am, no
Hmm.
more." Like, the buck stops here, and they fought
Hmm.
back. And then the following year, Pride,
Yep.
was born. So I'm saying that to say that the mindset and the wherewithal of that generation is completely different from today's generation, because, like Jen said, we are so easily distracted.
Oh my God.
So all it's going to
yeah.
take is for another distraction, and they're going to forget, and then people are going to move on to something else.
Well,
Hmm.
I know what you're saying. So the whole thing with abortion, though, it did affect. I mean, there were a lot of. I mean, the Republican seats, they lost a lot of seats over that. They should have gained a lot more. They should have gone control, and they didn't,
Hmm.
because it's the minority overruling the majority of people in this country. Because the majority of people are more progressive, but it's just the way we have this country set up, where representatives, and you have 2 senators in South Dakota with a population of 200,000, whatever it is there, and California has 2 senators with a population of 34 million. It's just, it gives a lot of power to the minority of people that, I hate to say, are kind of backwards. I mean,
I
not
hate having these type of conversations, because I don't like any politicians, and this is why. We don't live in a country, we live in a corporation.
well, yeah.
Okay. And so um politicians go where the money goes. Who has the deepest pockets and who's going to pay me off? It's just that simple.
I get that. I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, on
I know
issues
how it
that
should
are,
work.
yeah, but I'm saying on issues like this, though, on issues, the social issues, not the business issues, but on the social issues, you have certain states
Everything's a business
that have
issue.
way more power than the population. Like, you have New York has 2 senators, California has 2 senators, South Dakota and Alaska have 2 senators. And those are way more kind of, have conservative views, I guess, if you want to put it that way. I mean, I hate using that, but have this. I get what you're saying about money, but there are issues. Abortion, that was one of them that the majority of people in this country didn't want to see reversed, yet it got reversed because you had enough. Yet, hate to say it, Trump got in there and put a lot of super conservative people in there, and they overturned it. One of them's from here in Louisiana, in Metairie, not far from where I'm at. She was a Catholic. Conservative Catholic, she was one of, I mean, it's, but where are we going? You're right. I don't know, but I guarantee you the people that are all for we need to have a civil war, we need to separate, if they looked at the economics of it, you might not be saying that, because guess what? The liberal states are going to be fine. They're going to have plenty of money. They're going to have plenty of resources. They know water. Okay, you may have some issues with water. I mean, but it's the states that are so conservative that will be broke if they're on their own. So they think they want a civil war. They really don't. They think they want separation. They really don't.
I mean, it's a damn shame how, you know, the ignoramuses in our communities don't understand the strength in numbers. Everybody's busy trying to be an influencer online and talking shit online. They don't understand that the same shit that they're fighting against, like I said, most people have nots, and I'm not just talking about people of color. I'm talking about white people too, okay? Because
Yeah.
the 1% is the 1%, right? If you live in a trailer park, you might as well be black or brown,
Right.
right?
You're not my enemy.
Yes.
Right. So people fight sideways, right? Meanwhile, those things are also going to affect you. So when we see people online, you have to be careful with your fucking language when you're talking about someone in your own community, because when they come down on us, it's everybody. It's everybody.
Yep.
in the community. It's not
Yep.
just you, it's not just them because they're not straight and you're straight, right?
Right.
So you have to be careful with the language, but we have to keep talking about it. We could keep talking about it. I just say you have to be very careful with the language, even the jokes, right? But again, a lot of this has to do with religion and how prayed up we tend to be, though we're the biggest hypocrites about religion that walk the fucking earth. People pick and choose what they pull out of that motherfucking Shakespeare, okay, Bible. They pick and fucking choose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can't be gay. That's an abomination. But, let me suck these 20 dicks just in case. It's like, listen, that's a whole show, and we
It's
will
a show.
have it. I promise. I promise we will have that show.
Yeah.
Whew. Thank you for the super chat, Haran DeMarco. Haran DeMarco says Jackson, Mississippi state lawmakers are moving to establishing a separate justice system in Jackson for whites and African Americans. I told people this was ahead with the death of Roe versus Wade. Please hit the like button. Don't just sit there, you know what I mean, lurking at us. Hit the like button.
Yeah. I
Caution
told
nothing.
people when we gave over our bodies to the government for experimental drugs without being compensated, I knew we were going to. I said, "Oh, y'all have no idea what y'all just did." Because this is the thing. This is what people fail to realize. People can't see the trees through the forest through the trees, right? So when they want something, they'll go hard, pumping their fists, like, "Yeah, give our bodies to the government because this is what I want." I'm like, "Yeah, this is what you want today."
Mhm.
But this is a slippery slope, and you're
Mhm.
opening the door for down the road. It's going to be something
Mhm.
that you don't want. But by that time, you've already given the power away. It's too late now. Now we're at that point. We're at that too late now point. So, yeah. And the other part is that people like people fail to realize. I think people don't realize that there are way more of us than it is the 1%. That's the part that boggles my mind. I'm like, they work for you. We don't work for them. But we got it so twisted. It's so weird. That's why.
But Lily, don't you think that that's almost like the police department? Don't you think that's just a nice a nice bow that they put on a pile of shit? Like they work for us. Like just something that they told us so everybody's calm. Like don't rile up the natives, right? Don't disturb the natives. The motherfuckers do what they want to do.
They do.
They're right. So it's like, it's funny to me when I hear people yell at cops or like, "You work for me, I voted for you." And if I was a politician, I'd be like, "You're so right." And then when I go into the conference room, I'd fucking chuckle like this motherfucker thinks he voted me in and he got power over me. When, like you said, Lily, they go where the money goes. And this is why I don't vote, which is a whole other fucking show for sure. Because it's like acid on people. Like, you don't vote, you're the reason why Trump is president. And I'm like, look,
he's gonna be president regardless.
Right. I'm like, I'm of the mindset I'll buy me a fucking politician before I vote for a politician. So people are usually thinking, well, the power is in the vote. No, bitch. The power is if you have $50,000 to grease the pocket of a fucking politician. That's the power. That's what they listen to. But you go ahead and vote. You go on in that booth and vote. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
Biden didn't even run. He didn't even campaign.
I'm like,
shit is
no,
so crazy.
No gods, no masters for me. No fucking gods, no
I'll
fucking
say
masters.
This is what I'll say about voting. A lot of people think that a lot of people only, I don't know, I say a lot, many people only vote on certain elections, like presidential elections or governor elections.
Wrong one.
It's really the local elections.
I hear that a lot. It's the local elections, so you get the potholes filled and shit like that, right?
Yeah, that's the ones that are real. I mean, listen, federal. I mean, they're gonna do things that affect your life as well. But that's the ones that it's hard to really manage. The local ones you can manage a lot easier because you can actually vote them out if they don't go on our promises, and you can write to them or talk to them and see some results. But yeah, it's the higher it gets. Once you get corporate money writing bills, insurance companies writing bills.
Listen, I'm sorry. I got my eye on the prize. I'm trying to make enough money so if I need something passed, okay, I'm like, hey.
That's it. And honestly, I
Can
have
you
friends,
patch me through to Senator Johnson? Thank you.
and
It's Jen.
I have friends who have that, like literally, who have that, and that's how you really get shit done. Honestly, you just get you some politicians in your bed, and they and make sure they owe you some favors, and baby, you got everything. I have seen it with my own
If you
eyes.
listen, ladies, if you're hot, if you're sexy, and you're gonna suck dick for no reason, get you a politician in your
Get you a
pocket.
politician.
Let's suck smarter, not harder. Okay.
Right.
Let's suck smarter, not harder. I'm not. It's like, come on. I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Jen again. Could you patch me through to the senator? Thank you.
I've seen it with my own eyes. That shit works, Jen. That you like, it's a joke, but it's got a serious undertone. You can get, if you got a politician in your back pocket, and if you got more than one, baby, you can get whatever you need done. That's all I will say about that. That's why I don't trust them, because I know how this shit works. I'm like, it's all theater. It's all a show. Mm-hmm. It's all political theater, you know. But child, this talks or them owing you a favor. Make sure you get them in your back pocket so that they owe you a favor.
Lily, listen, if you got them pictures of them fucking that pig, they in your back pocket.
I've seen it with my own eyes. You can get anything you want. I'm telling you. Anything you want.
Watch The Ides of March with George Clooney and Ryan Gosling, my white crush. It's a great, great film. Georgia Porges says SCOTUS didn't ban abortion. They said there was nothing in the Constitution to support. They kicked it back to the states for them to
All right, George. I know what you're saying, and correct. But the problem is, this is all about states' rights, which is code word for we want to do it our way, which was the same thing that happened back when we had segregation. States' rights. Well, the problem with states' rights is that you're seeing it right now. It's now you have people now people are talking about, well, should we throw people in jail if the doctors in jail if they give an abortion? It's just not. I just don't believe in it. I don't believe you can have a different set of rules in every state for something like this. Speed limits, okay, pass whatever speed limit, but for things like this, I don't believe that it's good for a country, and we're a country, to have different set of rules for different people when it comes to like health, when it comes to that kind of stuff.
One thing no saint is gonna have, if nothing else, is some smoke for George, okay? No saint gonna have that smoke for George, okay?
This the only block where we have white on white crime.
Oh my God, I love it. Haranza Marco says, if you want revolution, remove the amenities, remove the comfort. What would happen if they banned the internet and cell phones? That's a movie idea.
Yes, it is.
Lucinik says, facts, Jen, politicians don't give a fuck. They don't give a flying
at all. When I say at all, I meant all.
Yeah, they have their own interests for sure.
Yes. Oh God, yes.
Don Levon says,
I grew up in Washington, D.C., for God's sake. I know how this shit works.
Don Levon says, our birthday boy, I've done it to help get my license back earlier, donated to a North Carolina senator. His people rubber stamped a letter.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I will never say on public what I've seen, because I would never want to get anybody's shit fucked up. But baby, I've seen it with my own eyes. If you got them in your back pocket and they owe you a favor, I have seen some strings get pulled. I'm like,
of course.
Like,
it's the American way. That's truly the American. It's the American way.
It really is.
It's the American way. Get them pictures of them fucking that dog or that pig or that cow.
And you're right, Jen. They say a lot of things that keep us calm, but it's not true. They say a lot of things keep us calm. Just like, one of the things that they invented to keep us calm and shut us up.
We the people. We the people.
After that part.
Saying we the people.
Yeah, that part. Recycling. That shit is not even real. Like, they just didn't.
It's not real.
I
saw. They were like, out of all the shit that, and I'm a recycling mamma jamma. I'm like, hey, rinse that out. Where are you putting that can? Where are you
Yep.
putting that? And I'm like, I'm doing something for nature. Where's
That-
that fucking get? And they said like it was a crazy number, like
It's
fucking
like
5%.
Yeah, it's like 3 to 5%. Yeah,
It's
all that stuff.
crazy. I'm like, all them cans I washed out, you mother.
Fucker. Yes. And that's just to shut us up. Yeah. And they do so many things and say so many things just to shut us up because they know we're busy, we're distracted. So we're not gonna look into I am the kind of person who does just because I've always been that person. So but I was late to the recycling party. I didn't realize that because I really thought I was just helping Miss Environment, Mother Earth.
Me too.
You know, I don't feel as bad now that we don't have recycling here.
You know, let me tell you, I'm a recycling mamma jamma. Even when I found out it was only a little percentage of it, I'm like, I still got to do it. What about the dolphins?
I would love it to have it. Like most of the places I've lived outside of here had it, but yeah, I'd love if they did have it here. But
I was like, what about?
Yeah, we got these people that throw shit in the trash here, so
yeah,
regular garbage.
Yeah, and in
bodies
New York,
and shit.
They don't play in New York. Like as far as the separating and all that stuff, they will find your ass. Like, but even more so Seattle because they do trash, recycle, compost.
Oh,
yeah, yeah. But see. With compost, that's more of an immediate, you can see that go to a place and be used. You know, you can do that yourself. You can use the compost for your plants in your garden or whatever, or community garden or something like that. So you can see that go to use. But when you send them cans and bottles off, you just feel good.
Yeah, to feel good. It's so sad because I'm telling you, I just every day I hear Agent Smith in the back of my head. Like the more I look at human beings, I'm like, you're a fucking virus.
Yeah.
Right? That speech is so loud in my head. Like human beings are a virus. It was the most real, eloquent, well thought out fucking monologue I've ever heard in a film that just resonated with me. I'm like, you human beings are a fucking virus. Like you ruin everything you touch, the ozone layer, the forest, the water, the oceans, the animals, everything you touch. And I'm not talking about just in America. If you go somewhere in Africa, they're fucking poaching the gorillas and the elephants. Like you're a fucking virus. Yeah. Human beings are a virus. So when I see like earthquakes and floods and tsunamis, I'm like, the earth is trying to purge you the fuck off of it.
Yes.
The earth is trying to you are a virus.
Well, yeah.
And every now and then the earth coughs, hoping to get you off.
It's like out now, thankfully for the people out west, they had a huge bunch of rain now, but it was like, you know, so many people out there and they're running out of water. Well, there's too many people out there.
Not too many people.
Yeah. So now the earth is saying, okay, here's a little drought for you.
and like that many people shouldn't be living in the desert. Like not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's certain places that we're not equipped or it's not sustainable to live. You know, like eventually something's got to give.
Yeah. When you're taking groundwater and you're making all the food and you have all these people using the groundwater and then also, and no matter, okay, you may believe it's not happening. Okay, so let's talk about the rise in temperature. So now the snow melt is not lasting as long as snowpack. So now you're not getting the benefit of that anymore. Yeah, the earth is getting a fever.
Yep.
And it's about to let you know.
Yeah.
The earth is like, get off me. Lucinic, I don't know what fan meetups is. Is that an app? I do meet up with my fans, $100 an hour. You got to cash at me. $100 an hour for a video.
I think he means meeting up with you.
Because I don't know if fan meetups is an app or what, but I will video. You could video call me $100 an hour. You got to cash at me. I don't know what is that.
Don't meet up with them.
Huh?
Don't meet up with them. I don't.
I video call.
Yeah. I was gonna say that sounds dangerous.
No, I don't meet in person. I do video calls. I wouldn't meet people in person. No. Big Elvis is in the building listening.
Love Big Elvis. We love Big Elvis on here.
What's up, Big Elvis, the chef Rosenberg? Lucinic, he said, "Oh no, I don't give females any money. That's okay because I don't meet up with males for no money. So
I don't give
Really?
50.
we're
What
good,
world he live in?
right?
There we go.
We're good. Like
You're
we're
giving
here,
money. You're
honey.
giving money. I don't care what you say.
Right. We're
Oh, but I
good.
do like his last comment. He says humans have been on the planet. They say at least 7,000 years. Yeah, but guess what? Mother Earth have purged many other times.
Six.
got
This is
poison.
the
No.
sixth. This is the sixth
No.
mass extinction.
There
We're
you
in the
go. No,
sixth
Right. I'm like,
mass
what do you mean?
extinction.
What do you mean? What do you mean? No, the Earth has been trying to kill humans. All right, since the fucking beginning of time, the Earth has been get the fuck off of me. Are you
Right.
kidding me?
We're working on. We're quickly working on our sixth one right now.
Yeah.
So,
Hello. No, the Earth has been, get off. And I understand, Earth. I understand.
I get you.
I'll be
Earth.
back.
I get you. I'm with you. I'm on your side.
Yes, I understand. I mean, they ruin everything. The poor animals, the air, the ocean, they ruin everything. They're twerking on cars. I'm like, we're losing the fucking rainforest and you bitches are twerking on cars. You sons of
I
bitches.
can't with these people. Like, I just can't. When are these aliens coming back that they keep promising us? Take me with you.
And people wonder, like, I fucking watched Predator, the one with Sanaa Lathan at the end, and she's like, he puts the little scar on her face. And if I was Sanaa Lathan, I'd been like, yo, can I ride with y'all? Just
Right. Like, it's gotta be better than this. Like, this is crazy.
like I'm with having a little alien baby. Like I'm,
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't care if my baby has a little crab face. Like can you get me off of here, sir?
I'm serious. I just cannot.
I want to get up here.
I'm
Lord.
over these people. I'm so over these humans on this
Completely and totally fucking over it. Lord Almighty. Whew. All right. So tonight's topic.
That was fun.
Sometimes you gotta get it out your system, Lily.
I did, and that was funny because I was feeling away. I was in my feels. But I was like, you know what? If I bring it up on the blog by then, I will be laughing by the end of the segment. So.
Save it for the blog. Chat, hold me down. Save it for the blog. Tonight's topic, ladies and gentlemen, is something I thought was interesting. You guys know what happened with Jonathan Majors. We're going to talk about what we know tangibly so far, okay? And then we can speculate. We can speculate every which way. That's what we do on the block. That's what happens on the block, okay? We're going to speculate every which way, but we're also going to talk about what we know tangibly thus far. The actor Jonathan Majors was arrested for a domestic violence incident. His girlfriend claimed, this motherfucker choked me up. Look, I got the marks and everything. He was arrested. What we know so far is she recanted her statements very, very quickly. Now, one may ask, did she recant because that shit didn't really happen? Or did she recant because the fixer made a phone call? Right? We can speculate. Did the fixer make a phone call? Because Jonathan Majors is now signed to Marvel and he's about to be the biggest thing out of Hollywood. He's the new it guy in Hollywood. So did the fixer make a phone call or was the bitch lying? Chat, hold me down. Let me know what y'all think. Okay? Because it could be either or. We don't know. It could be either or. She supposedly had marks on her neck, and that's why Jonathan Majors was arrested. But since then, his attorney has released a statement and said, whoa, we have video to prove that he didn't do these things. The driver in the taxi is testifying already that didn't really go down that way. Now, rumor has it that they were fighting over text messages in his cell phone. Okay, according to reports, he was texting somebody or somebody was texting him, and Becky wilded out on him, which is the same thing that happened, if you recall, with Chris Brown and Rihanna during that infamous fight in the Lamborghini. It was all about those text messages. What do Jonathan Majors and Chris Brown have in common? They are high value men. Hence tonight's topic, okay? Are high value men at risk when they go monogamous? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is monogamy the downfall consistently of high value men? Because we see this pattern, okay? High value men do the monogamy thing, they get married, or they're with that one girlfriend, then they get the fucking around. The main girlfriend finds out, all hell breaks loose. Should high value men stay single, just live the bachelor life, a la a Diddy, a la a 50 Cent? Is it safer for high value men, okay, or men that are doing very well and have a lot of options? Is it safer for them to remain single? Because I'll tell you, I understand high value men have lots of options, but if I was with one and he cheated on me, he's getting stabbed, the cops may come, like a lot of shit, okay? Angry women will scorch the earth and bring down an empire when they feel betrayed. So is it safer for a high value man to be like, look, I ain't looking for no commitment, I'm gonna be fucking around, what do you want to do about it? What say you, chat? Hold me down. Lily, what do you think?
Well, I think high valued in monogamy when it comes to a man is an oxymoron. Ooh. For the most part.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is why I say that. Because Pookie and them have a hard time staying monogamous. Then you add on, we're not even going to talk about looks, but then you add on finances to that, and you add on accessibility, right? And especially being a public figure. Okay, we can add that part on as well. I wouldn't expect that type of man to be monogamous. So now I can understand why a younger person will probably still be at that age where they'll lie to themselves and deceive themselves. But at this age, no, if I'm going to get with a guy like that, I'm like, no, I'm not going to be, we're not doing this. We're not even going to play monogamy. We're not even going to play and go down that damn road. Let's not, because you will get cut, right? And so, to keep me out of jail and to keep you from getting cut, let's just not do the monogamy thing. Let's have fun, break your girl off with a little, something, put me on the payroll and let's do it. Let's be happy. Right. And I won't question anything as long as you don't have me itching, scratching, and burning, because then that'll get you cut too. Okay. So I feel like that's the issue, because at this point, I feel like to think otherwise, this planet is just going against nature.
We talking about nature now.
Yeah, I do. I think to think otherwise is just going against reality. I mean, really think about it. The brokest dude in the hood have a hard time keeping his dick in his pants. And then you add on money, fame, options, and now he done fixed his body too. Come on now.
So you saying that monogamy is no natural?
I don't think. Oh yeah, I don't think. To be clear, I don't think monogamy is natural for broke people, for people, right? Regardless of your financial status, how you look, and everything like that. Now, monogamy may be for you if you don't have as many options. You're just stuck being monogamous. But when you have a ton of options, money, looks, fame, that really makes it a no. So yes, it's a no with no money. It's a hell no with money. And that's what we keep getting tripped up at.
So fellas in the chat, hold us down. Do you feel like you're naturally monogamous, or is it something you have to work at to be with one woman? Also, would your ideal life be just women that know you're fucking around and there's never beef? Because I think that men, I think it's a chore for men, right, to be monogamous. The reason why it's not a chore for women, and we can have this debate all day and night, and some guys will be like, no, women are naturally pair bonders. And women want to be with one man because they're built different. Women are naturally pair bonders, right? I call cap. I think women are reared and conditioned to want to be with one man. It is instilled in us from when we're teeny tiny tots. We are to close our legs. We are to be good girls, and it's good for you and society and everybody. If you're a mother and you just want that one man, and we hear this our entire lives, and we're reared and conditioned to want to grow up and wear the white dress and the ring, and you know what I mean, be happy little wives and bake cakes and shit like that. So we're constantly, it's a conditioning, it's a brainwashing that we're only supposed to be with one man. And we hear that from when we're very little, where men are reared and conditioned the complete opposite way. Men conquer, they like a challenge, they fuck around, they from the street. You know, in the Latin community, we hear a lot, los hombres son de la calle, right? Translation, men are from the streets. Men are from the streets. Men are for the streets. So if you get cheated on, look, chalk it up to men are naturally from the streets, right? And that is how we're raised. So since we're little girls, we're like, oh, okay, I'm not from the streets, but the men are from the streets. So that explains all the cheating. Oh, well, let me go in there and cook this steak, right? So that is what happens. Like, women are conditioned and reared to only want one man. Now, what happens when women get older and don't give a fuck about religion or what people say anymore, they go into their nature and start looking like, where's the ass at? Where's the good dick at? I don't give a fuck what nobody say no more. I'm about this ass and this dick, right? So then nature takes over and we don't fucking care anymore. Now, if you notice, women are doing that, going that route younger and younger and younger now, because they're like, yo, fuck a marriage, fuck a ring. I want some dick. I want to be free. I am sexually fluid, or I'm just sexual, period. And we gonna go ahead and get some dick. I don't give a fuck about a body count. I don't give a fuck about you calling me a slut or a hoe. You can't shame me into submission. I'm going to do me. We're starting to see women do that at a younger and younger and younger age, right? And men are still fighting hard to you know what I mean, to talk them into submission. You slut, you hoe, you for the streets. They're going hard online. And women are like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to do what I want to do, right? Welcome back, No Saint.
Hello.
Have you been listening?
No, I had to walk out. That's why.
Oh, okay. So, you know, going back to high value men, is it to their detriment to play monogamous when we've seen these women, when they are scorned after they get cheated on or they find another woman in those texts, all hell breaks loose. Rihanna did it with Chris Brown in that Lamborghini, okay? And now this woman did it with Jonathan Majors in that cab, that taxi cab, right? In New York City. Now, had Chris Brown and Jonathan Majors, very, very similar cases, said, look, I ain't looking for nothing. I don't want to do the monogamy thing. I'm going to do me. I'm a player. I mean, we see Diddy. He got bitches on a roster. Every week he's tonguing somebody else down at a restaurant, getting this one pregnant, dating this one. We've seen Diddy do it. We see 50 Cent do it. If you notice the bachelors in the game, whether they're athletes, singers, rappers, or whoever, or actors, the ones that are bachelors do not get caught up in these situations with these women. Do you notice that?
Right.
Tiger Woods is another one. He tried the monogamy thing. I just want you. And then he's fucking 14, 15 other women. And his wife almost brings down his empire. And she gets $100 million fucking dollars in the divorce.
Yeah.
$100 million. The nanny that Tiger Woods married got $100 fucking million because why? He wanted to be monogamous with her.
Right.
110 million to be exact. 110 fucking million because Tiger Woods wanted to play monogamy. I'll marry just you and you only. And he had to pay $110 million for it. Now, had he been like Diddy at 50, been like, I marry a motherfucker, but we could hang out. Yeah. He could have kept $110 million in his pocket. Yeah. With that said, we know Tiger's not hurting, but still.
My favorite non-monogamous Bill Maher is the same way. He doesn't settle down with nobody.
Right.
But listen,
we're listening.
Marriage. And this whole monogamy, marriage and the whole monogamy thing is not for the rich.
Talk about it.
It's not for the rich. The only reason that this whole thing's been sold is so the people that don't have the money are able to share in the vagina.
The wealth. Yes.
You know what I mean? Because yeah, it benefits the poor. Because if it was all going to the wealthy, if women are going to go towards the wealth, right? Like you say, hypergamy and everything. So we're playing a game that's really not even natural, because it's supposed to be the dominant people in the speed. That's supposed to be the ones that are procreating, but we've made it to where everybody can share. It's kind of like socialism for women.
You're right. No saying.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, it does not benefit rich people to be monogamous, because there's so many options for people who are rich, and of course we all know women have options. So
right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no matter what they look like, they have options.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, for the people who are rich, they really shouldn't. They should.
Yeah, and you notice a lot of like ultra wealthy men, they don't, especially after a certain age, they realize, what would I do that for? That's crazy.
Right. Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, because the thing is, the thing is, marriage was never supposed to be about love in the first place. It was about putting your resources together and upper mobility.
Yeah.
So if you're already there, why would you do it?
And Lily, to your point, I know where you were kind of going in a direction too. Yeah, and when it came to the wealthy, when we're talking about kings, it was another way to, like what she's saying, it was another way to consolidate power. So they would marry like the king, the prince of England would marry the princess of Spain, and they would consolidate, and it was all about power. It had nothing to do with being monogamous or anything like that. But in general, though, yeah, marriage is so it was basically for, to settle down the people that weren't getting anything. So yeah.
Holy fuckery.
And then later on, it became more commercialized so they could sell more products and services.
Yeah.
And tax things.
It's a business, yeah.
So then it's a no-brainer why the divorce rate is so fucking high. It's
not
no
natural.
fucking brainer. George Cook, I do recall reading this quote. The New York police are compelled to make an arrest. Here's the quote from Major's attorney: the NYPD is required to make an arrest in these situations, and this is the only reason Mr. Majors was arrested. That's bullshit. Okay, and here's why that's bullshit. Because what cops try to do is not arrest people. Okay, even in domestic violence incidents, unless you have marks on you. Trust me, I know. Okay, unless you have marks on you, cops try not to make an arrest. So it's interesting that his attorney very conveniently said, "Oh, cops are compelled to make an arrest. That's the only reason Majors was arrested." No, sis. No, sis. Okay, that woman obviously had marks. Now, whether or not those marks got on her, from her own doing, or Jonathan's doing, that's a different situation. We have to wait for the evidence. But cops don't just like, "Oh, you called me, come on, everybody come down." No, they have to investigate. And if a woman has marks on her, the guy got to go. You can't just, "Oh, he hit me. Oh, he did? Okay, well, let's go cuff him."
Right.
Cops tried not to make an arrest, but I guarantee she had marks on her. Again, if she made the marks, I don't know, because bitches do that. I mean, a bitch got me arrested like that one time. She beat her ass.
And then I don't think I ever shared my marriage plan for everyone, but I created a marriage plan for you all that's thinking about getting married. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to Congress and pay them off so they can pass this. And then you all can vote later. But
get in that booth.
Yeah, y'all get in the booth. All right. So, but I've already got them paid off. So anyway, this is how I look at it. Now, back to what No Said and I was saying, like, this is going to exclude the wealthy people because they're hip to the game. They know they don't fall into this. But for the rest of us, right? I believe marriage should be a short-term contract that should be renegotiated every 5 to 7 years. Okay, that should be understood from the top, as well as some type of ironclad prenuptial agreement should be standard, mandatory, normalized. Every couple, I don't care if you ain't got shit, because, and then what, in the event that you get shit, what does that look like? Okay, and then renegotiate that every 5 to 7 years.
Mhm.
Also, I think that every couple should be, it should be mandatory that they do marriage counseling prior to. That should be mandatory. I don't know how many hours. I didn't figure that part out yet. But, you know, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I feel like those 3 things will cut down a lot of stuff. I mean, really, in all reality, you know, I think you all should stop being so delusional about if you are monogamous in the first place. Like, let's just start there. But since I know you're not going to be, I need to pass some laws so that I kind of help you out a little bit. So, yeah.
Right. You know, I think human beings, they cosplay monogamous.
Yes.
That's what I think. I think they cosplay monogamous. Don Levon said that, well, some of my brothers have been with the same woman for over 20 years. I can't see how they do it. Probably fucking someone else. Probably. And you probably don't know, or you do know, but I'm like, a lot of people stay married because they fuck other people. That's how a lot of people stay married, because they go outside of the marriage, right? And they go home to that broom that knows the corners, like, you know, 9 times out of 10. Jess Fatal said it's hard being handsome. Are you handsome, honey?
She will let you know if you want to come on.
You can cam up. I like handsome men. I'd love to see it. Feel free to cam up if you like, darling.
Right.
For everyone watching right now, I see a lot of people in the room. Por favor, mis amores, hit that like and subscribe and stay tuned. Lily and I will judge a show. We're doing the Block Talent Battle April 15th, and we do have a cash prize. So bring your talents April 15th. You can cam up. I don't care if you act, sing, rap, dance, you do drag, you could tie a cherry with your tongue. We are doing the Block Talent Battle April 15th, bitch.
And the reason that there's a cash prize, and the reason that she's doing it on April 15th is to help you pay for your taxes.
There you go. I was thinking about that too. I was like, April 15th, hey. There will be a cash prize, so put the word out. We will be judging you. Okay, I'm going to have one of my celebrity friends come through. I'm not going to say who, but we'll have a celebrity guest judge. We will be judging you, but we don't get the final word if you win the cash prize. People have to vote for you, okay? Not us. We're going to tell you what we feel about your performance, but we don't get the final say. People voting for you will get the final say. That's going down April 15th. Please look out for the promo for that. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Tristan Draper says, it's not monogamy. When a sucker gets famous and can't handle it, this always happens. I mean, what they call it nigger rich. But then how do you explain all the broke dudes in the hood that are fucking off with no money?
Right.
With no money.
Right. I mean, just the money just makes it more evident and more, you know, it's just putting flames on a fire that's already there.
Absolutely. Now, I do agree with this. Don Levon says, I have to work at it. Monogamy is less stressful, though. Of course, monogamy is less stressful. Of course, because you have to do, it's funny, I was watching somebody earlier say this on Instagram. When you deal with more than one woman, that's different psychology. That's different backgrounds. That's different habits. That's different hangups. That's just different. And you have to constantly be a different person with those people. So yeah, it is fucking crazy dealing with a lot of different people, unless you're just a cold motherfucker who's just dicking them down. Now, if you're a cold motherfucker that's just dicking them down, then you can handle all them women, because it's like you're not investing. But if you're spending time with these women, you got to listen to their shit and you got to fuck them a certain way. And it's like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's up to you. If you can handle that, then you can fucking handle that.
And the thing is, let me tell you something. There are quite a few people that, I've heard this more, but the one that I'm thinking about now is because I saw that Pam Anderson documentary where she was with a guy from Paris or somewhere in France in a serious relationship, and he had a whole nother family and she didn't know it. Rich people can pull that off.
Right.
Because they can be like, oh, she's 2 hours away in a house, and then Pam Anderson somewhere in a hotel or whatever. They can pull that kind of stuff off.
Yeah, you ain't got money to run, bitch. That's why when I see people committing crimes like on First 48, I'm like, You don't have money to run, bitch. Don't kill nobody.
Do you know? Because you know, one of my favorite shows on ID channel. It doesn't come on anymore, but I still watch the old ones. I Almost Got Away with It. You see
Okay.
that one?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I'm sure I have because I watch it a lot. So
oh my God.
I
Okay.
probably have.
I Almost Got Away with It got a lot of seasons, but basically it's about people who committed crimes and went on the run. And it's very adventurous because these are real true stories. So some of these people have escaped prison and all kind of stuff. And it takes you on their journey of like how long they were out there. And that's it. Like they usually don't have, they don't think it all the way through, Jen. They don't think it all the way through. I don't have the money. Okay. And the other thing is that creature, what you call it, humans are creature of habit.
Right.
So they're gonna end up going back to call mom or go see that old thing or whatever. So yeah.
You have to prepare to be born again. And I don't mean that bullshit Christian born again. Born again. Like you have no family, you're reborn.
Yeah.
You're reborn. Right. So unless you're willing to do that and you have the money to run, like, don't kill nobody. Control your temper. Go to anger management. George Cook says, I have to work at it, and it's in the best interest of the man. One woman is enough. I can't imagine being with multiple modern women. I would stab myself in the eye. You sure would. Imagine dating 3 of me. Oof.
And wasn't there another show on ID, something like, Jen, I know you know this one. Basically, like I thought I knew my spouse, or who did I marry or something. And that's what it was like.
I've seen that.
It was like 5 seasons of people living double lives. And it's a real thing. People, but like you say, they gotta have the coin to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't living 2 lives broke.
Right.
Thank you for the super chat, Adam Hearn. Good to see you, sir. What's up, Necessary Evil? Hit that like and subscribe for me, y'all, since y'all are lurking.
And I would say that, and I mean, in reality, NBA players do qualify as people with means, but or you can have a job like that where you're in different cities all the time and you have a reason to be everywhere all at once. So you can have a girlfriend in Los Angeles and live in New York. You know what I mean?
I got hoes. I got hoes in different area codes. Area codes.
You know who's really bad about that? That will have 2 families or 2 separate situations going on. Like, this is kind of like a thing. Airline pilots.
I can imagine.
They're the biggest holes in America.
Pilots, they're not bigger holes than the fucking flight attendants.
Oh, it's orgy. Okay.
The fucking flight attendants are some of the biggest hoes. Them women that be up there Jack and Coke.
Yes.
Would you like some cran apple? Now, bitch. They probably the ones that spread the COVID. Them nasty bitches.
Right.
If you a flight attendant, yeah, you bitch. Flight attendants are some nasty bitches.
Right, but he'll own it. He owns his hoisms.
I'm talking about the women, Lily.
Yeah, no.
They the worst. If any of y'all watching, if y'all dating a flight attendant because y'all think it's cute and it's like, yeah, my baby a flight attendant shit, you dating a hall.
Right.
Okay. I don't care who get mad. Shit. Don Levon said, Jen, I can be monogamous to a couple of years. Why are you telling me? You want to be monogamous with me or something? You know what else should happen along with you? You know what else should happen, Lily? Along with your it's funny because Don and I were discussing this shit too, like being married for that 5-year plan and then reassessing, right? You know what should happen too? They should do like Pakistan, like give women a huge gift or money up front. Before that's what they do in Pakistan. Okay.
Yes.
They give women money.
To the family.
Yes.
They give it to the family,
Yes, like do that. I don't just give it to me. I'll divvy it up.
And Necessary Evil said, why are they so horny? I think it's because of the lack of oxygen up there.
Access. Lucinic, I just dropped the StreamYard link. If you want to come up, hit that link. Come on up, but don't come up with an avatar. We don't talk to avatars up here. My name isn't Jennifer either. My name's not Jennifer.
I was wondering where they pulled Jennifer from. Like, where did you?
People always assume, right? We don't. People assume they see Jen and they're like, Jennifer. My name's not Jennifer, honey. I just dropped a link if you want to cam up. Everybody's welcome, ladies, gentlemen. Come on up. Let's discuss this. Let's discuss this monogamy and high value men and why men should not get married. With that said, let me just throw out this disclaimer. I know people are young and they fall in love and they're like, me and you forever. I get it. I celebrate that. I
Yes.
celebrate what people think love is, right? Salute to y'all. I'm just saying in the long run, it's very, very hard to do. And it's going to get harder to do because if you're on social media, I was saying this the other day to Lily, how the fuck are people faithful and monogamous when I tell you that social media is an ass buffet? I've seen the most beautiful men I've ever seen walking the fucking earth, and they are a click away.
Yeah.
Okay. Women are all beautiful now. Everybody's beautiful.
Yes.
Everybody's beautiful. Back in the day, it was
Everybody's
like, remember back in the day when it was that one girl on the block that was really, really hot? That was me, by the way.
Right,
But remember that one girl on the block that was really hot and all the boys were after her, or the boys in school? Now everybody's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yep.
Everybody. And that's social media. So it's going to get harder and harder because these people are on your timeline and they are one click away. And ooh, don't let them send you some heart emoji or slide in your DMs and you having a hard week with that spouse or that girlfriend or that boyfriend. You are going to appreciate that instant attention. It's like instant coffee. We live in a microwave society. How the fuck are y'all going to be faithful
and get through those hard times, getting through those hard times with all these distractions? Like,
Ouch.
oh my God.
Well, part of the problem with social media and these girls in your DM, normally they're living in Lagos, Nigeria, and they're going to start asking you for money soon. and they're not real. They're scams. Even on dating apps.
I heard that though. I did hear that they started doing the dating apps now.
Even on dating apps, I just set up a profile just to see, and sure enough, I had somebody, and oh hey, how you doing? Oh hey, how you doing? Send me a picture. Can we go? First thing they want to do is they want to go off the app. They want to go into personal emails. Okay. Send me some photos and I'll send you mail. Okay. And this is what was hilarious. The photo of this person on the app was different than the photos that were sent to me in my mail. My mailbox, it was totally different. And what's your picture? I sent you a picture. Oh, you're cute. All right, I know you're lying now, so let me go ahead and delete. Oh, you're cute. I'm like, this person supposedly lived in Santa Barbara. So in my mind, I'm like, what's this? Decent. It wasn't like she was super. The picture wasn't super hot. It was a decent looking picture of a woman. The first picture. The second two were, a little bit more spicy. And I'm thinking to myself, you're in Santa Barbara. You're obviously a woman of means. You would not be on a dating app. You know what I mean? But most of them are. Most of these people on these apps now are not even real. I mean, there are more scammers. Like you said, the top 10% of guys get the majority of the real women. So that means the scammers are getting the ones.
Right.
But I think, although I will say, men, I love y'all, but y'all the most simple motherfuckers on the planet. Like
That's
you really believe there's a me talking to you,
right?
In your DMs.
Yeah.
Like you really believe that. Like you really believe out of all the men on the planet, I'm picking you, right? To be like, hi, right? So it's like, men will get caught up. Like they really believe this shit. How and ever. It's not just beautiful people, okay? I know two people specifically, and I will protect their name and their relation to me. Two people specifically that hooked up with the one that got away from high school because of social media. So it's not just some random beautiful woman or some beautiful man. Yeah. You got the high school sweethearts that got away. I know a woman personally who got divorced from her husband and got with the guy who hit her up back in the day from high school, who always liked her. She is now with him. Moved in with him, married him, divorced this guy, and got with him. So social media is a dangerous place for relationships. And if you don't include, okay, social media and how you and your spouse are going to handle social media, it is a huge mistake thinking social media is not that important. It's not that big. You better put that in the fucking counseling. How are we going to handle social media? What's okay? Can I like a bitch's picture? Can I throw heart eyes on it? Can I follow this bitch? Can she follow me? Can I answer a DM? You better fucking put that into your counseling. It is important because when a woman sees, let me tell you, women are some of the most catty, conniving, trifling
Yes.
bitches on the motherfucking planet. Bitch, okay? I can't tell you how many times when, let's say it's an average Joe, right? Let's say it's an average at best guy. Nobody's checking for his ass, okay? Everybody checking for him is average at best. Nobody's checking for him. I get with that motherfucker. He posts me as his girlfriend. Oh,
Yep.
he's the baddest thing walking now.
Yep.
He just turned into Bezos all of a sudden.
Yep.
All the bitches come a running, okay? That's your girl now. That's the famous one.
Yeah.
They slide in your DMs once you post me, like, oh, look, me and him together now. Them bitches are going to slide in your DMs, and all of a sudden you're interesting and you're funny, and they don't give a fuck about you. They're just some conniving, trifling,
Competition.
scheming bitches. Right.
Yes.
And they start with the, oh, that's your girl now? So I
Yep.
can't talk to you no more? Oh, that's you? I can't talk to you no
That's
more?
the number one famous line. It was funny because my mom and I was talking about it today because I told you my dad treats her like freaking royalty. And I was like, I know them, and he's a good looking guy too. He's tall and a nice looking man. And I was like, I know and they in church too. I said, I know them little church heifers, them little church hoes be trying to do little slick stuff. She said, you know I ain't stupid, but they know I'm crazy. I said, okay, good. Long as they know you crazy in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Because my mother's not the one to be played with. My mom is like Jen. She's not to be played with. Don't let the praying and the hallelujah and speaking in tongues fool you. Do not let it fool you.
Don't come for me, especially if I'm just chilling. Why do people do that to me, Lily? I be fucking chilling, right? Minding my little business on my little block on the stoop.
You know, I will say, Jen, you're right. I mean, as far as men, and I want to say it's probably like once you get the attention from and then you kind of fool yourself into thinking this person's real, and then they're talking into you, you get like addicted to the love feeling and you don't want to give it up. I've been watching, I've been watching these social catfish things, and like it's amazing how much money. But what's funny is it's not just men. There are women. Now, normally the women are older women, but they fall for it too.
Yeah, they do.
It's more, I'm sure, more men than women, because men are definitely like, you know, susceptible. I mean, always. I mean, if you go to a strip club or you go anywhere, the girl's talking, sweet talking to you, and suddenly you're giving them more money, you know, or whatever, you know.
I mean, Andrew Tate did it. Andrew Tate did it and got rich doing it. Andrew Tate literally said, Andrew Tate out of his own mouth, you guys can Google it or look for the YouTube video. He literally said he was talking and he had dudes talking to men and having the men thinking that they were talking to women.
Well, you know, in Nigeria, they have whole call centers.
Yes.
Like, you know, like how
I've
we have like we have call centers here for telemarketing. That's their call center. That's their job. They literally look at it as a 9-to-5 job. It is a 9-to-5 job for them.
And once they get you, they put you on a list, and more of the women are the avatars are contacting you.
Look what Tristan said. Tristan said, man, Jen speaking facts. I blocked 9 women since I announced my engagement. They come a running, okay? You know how men get hard when they see a woman? Women get hard when they see a man dedicated to one woman.
Yep.
Them bitches get hard, okay? They get big fucking woodies and they got to slide in your DMs like, oh, that's your girl. You got engaged.
And don't be a good father. Don't be a good father with your children, like showing with your children all the time. Oh, they really gonna come running.
Yeah, you can't. Let me tell you, women are fucking some catty ass bitches.
There's a lady on my Facebook
I'm like, y'all wasn't checking for this fucking fool before I popped up on his shit. Y'all weren't checking for this fool, but that's okay. That's okay, because you know what I did, Lily? That one good time. You know what I fucking did? I said, bitch, I'm gonna go on your page. I told you this story before, guys. I went to her fucking page and I found her fucking husband. And I called him up on the fucking Facebook thing. And I was like, I'm just wondering why your wife wants to know who my man is dating.
Yeah.
Can you
we
help
figure
me
this
out, sir?
Yeah, can we figure this out together?
Yeah, can we figure this out? I just want to know. And I called that bitch too. I'm like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because I'll make the time. I like this shit.
I got time to take her.
I like the chaos. Don't fucking play with me.
Don't do me.
That is so weird. That's almost, I don't know if it's all Latinas, but it is weird. Like I know Erica, she loves like the adrenaline. Yes. And I'm like, shit.
Oh, yeah, don't do it, bitch.
Well,
like I don't do that. Like I don't do that. I don't care which one of my friends is now hooked up with somebody. I'm like, if she's good for you, she's good. I may not like the bitch.
Right.
But I respect the union and I hope you're happy. Long as she makes you happy, I'm good.
That's it. I'm gonna stay out of it. It's none of my business.
Right.
I always say it's none of my business.
If you're good, I'm good. But that's your girl now. And literally verbatim, that's what the bitch was doing with the relationship I had just gotten in. All of a sudden, this fucking goofy looking motherfucker was attractive all of a sudden because I popped up on his Facebook. That's your girl now. I just wanted to know. All right, bitch, you want to know who I am? Let's ask your husband.
Right.
Let's ask your husband. And the bitch is lucky I was in a fucking relationship that I respected because I would have slid in her husband's DM and made that bitch cry about it.
Right.
Okay. I would have went full succubus mode. All right. And fucked her husband through DMs. Like, bitch, don't fuck with me. This is what I do.
Don't do me. There's a lady on my page right now. There's a lady on my page right now cussing us out about her Nigerian prince. Not the Nigerian she cussing us all out. Like, of course, her, people are trying to warn her. She's like, y'all just don't want me to be happy. And I'm like, you know what I'm doing. I'm sitting back, sipping slow and
Jizzo. Bam.
How are you?
Good?
What's good? You ain't got the yell. You ain't got the yell, baby. We got you. I can hear.
Oh shit! I'm yelling. I can't. Hold
on. Yes, Don Levon. I love what Don Levon is saying. Oh, he got us on the big screen. That's what I'm talking about.
You already know, Jen.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. Don Levon said, and it's not that they want him. They just don't want you to have him. Can I get an amen? Can I get an atheist? Can I get an atheist amen up in here? Hallelujah up in church today. Up in church today. Yeah, we having church in here, okay? They don't even want your ass. They just don't want the woman to have him. Lucinik, you've been listening. What you got to say?
Like, I agree. Oh shit, hold on. It's weird because I agree with everything the women is saying. Like on some real shit, like respectfully, I don't believe that God, blessed and praise the light, created humans to be monogamous. You get what I'm saying?
Ooh, elaborate.
And yeah, damn, I'm trying to get my tongue right. Yeah, and so like if like I was saying this in the chat, women are very, very brilliant. Like I don't feel like women are stronger than men, but I feel like women can outthink us 10-1. Mm-hmm. And so my point was, if you look at the richest women in the world right now, mm-hmm. it's Melinda Gates and Mackenzie Gates. Mackenzie Bezos. Mm-hmm. Now,
why is that?
One of those women is worth $50 billion. The other one is worth $75 billion. Mm-hmm. So, and that's just off the strength of them being married to billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, women are, like you said, women are much better at multitasking.
And that's just off the strength of them being married to billionaires.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking and then watching yourself? What are we doing? What are we doing, Lucinik?
Huh? You can see me? Sorry, I'm joking.
You like I look good on TV, don't I?
No. I was trying to hear myself because I can only hear my phone because I got my TV on mute. Like, what y'all think I should do? This is my first time doing some shit like this. It's all new. Shout out, what's up,
Welcome
Thank?
to the block.
No Saint. What's going on, Lily?
What's going on? Welcome to the block.
Remember I was saying you look like Nene Leakes? You really do look like Nene Leakes.
Oh, that was the other day. Today I look like Amber Rose.
And Jen, you look like Rosario Dawson. Like, it came to my mind. Like, when you put me on the spot and was like, hey, which celebrity do I look like? I couldn't think, so I ain't want to, you feel me? I ain't want to type nothing crazy, but you look like Rosario Dawson, cuz.
I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot. Thank you, because I love me some Rosario.
And especially today, because I'm looking up at the TV, and yes, you're definitely giving me Rosario realness.
I love Rosario.
Both of y'all beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And I love y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Like, I love y'all, you know, because I'm just home. Like, I don't got no woman, you feel me? Because my last relationship was just so toxic. You feel me? But she taught me things that I didn't even know I was ready to learn. And one of the things she taught me was that women love dick. You know, is it cool to cuss?
No. Yeah, women love dick. That's true.
Yeah, women love dick. But like, if a woman ain't getting her share of dick, she gonna fuck up her boyfriend or her ex-boyfriend's play. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where it went wrong with me. Like, I had a chick living with me. I didn't ask her to pay no kind of bills.
Okay.
She did cook and everything. You know what I'm saying? But she was kind of slow in the sex department. You feel me? Like, she wasn't on my sexual level. So I got bored. But I noticed, like, whenever we would get in an argument and she would leave, she would come back with a vengeance. So, like, yo, this chick didn't bust my windows out, flatten my tires on my car, rip my mailbox off. And, you know, when she used to live with me, every time she would leave, she would take all her food that she would buy and take it with her back to her mom's house. That's some real shit. I swear to God on her. You feel me? I put that on everything I love. So
that's a different level of petty. I'm taking a fucking juice pouch.
Right. Like, I'm in Philly, and it's like these women in Philly, they're very hyper masculine. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things she kept saying was, "You're not gonna play me. You're not gonna play me." And I'm like, "Who's playing who? You living with me?"
Okay.
Like, you the one not wanting to do certain shit I asked for you to do in the bedroom. You feel me? And then look, this would be one of the things she will always say. Well, go out there and get a girl that'll do that, because she didn't like doing certain things sexually.
Okay.
You feel me?
Like
Lucinic, what you sipping on tonight, brother?
No, that's just my natural energy. You feel me? Like, I'm a servant through the light. The mother, the father, and the son. No, for real. Look, I get it all the time. Like, I'm very, like, I'm an extrovert. Like, I'm not an introvert. But, you know.
So you just high energy. All right, we appreciate that here.
I like that, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, that's even better that you naturally like that.
And
it is. It's all natural, baby. So,
and you know what we gotta remember is that even like he was in a toxic relationship, like he said, but it's all a lesson. You learn something from every relationship. You know, it's never, to me, there's never really a failed relationship. It's only a failure if you don't learn something from it.
Right.
Okay, go ahead with the glass half full. Go ahead, No Saint.
Nah, yo, he's wise. He's wise though. You know
Thank you for the super chat, Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg.
I definitely agree with that. Like, that's how I look at my relationships. They were all the way I look at it, honestly, is that I do my best to take the good memories with me and learn from the ones that weren't so good and keep it moving.
And really, in every relationship I've been in, not only do you learn from what you don't like or what you won't, no longer will take, but you also learn about your weaknesses and what you're not good at and what you do fun as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Oh God, yeah. No Saint. I can't express that enough. I've learned a lot about my relationships and that I wasn't so whatever that I thought I was. Right. I'm like, oh, I'm a selfish motherfucker. Or, like,
keep it real with yourself. Look, if you keep it real with yourself, nobody else can lie to you. And like, you know what? My people told me that. You feel me? Like, I grew up in foster care and all kind of weird shit. You feel me? But one thing that I learned is I never lied to myself. Like, as y'all see, look, I got, you feel me? Like, like I got long hair. I'm brown skinned. You know what I'm saying? And so people used to treat me a certain kind of way. but that shit never went to my head because I love myself. You feel me? So, like, you know, and so, yeah, just don't lie to yourself. You know, keep it real with yourself.
Yep, you own your assets and liabilities, then no one else I have to surprise you with them and tell you about yourself. Because it do hurt a little bit when you get the news and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all right with everything. I'm all right with everything.
I found that shit out. That don't feel the same.
Seriously.
So Don Levon, thank you for the super chat. Don says, my worst relationship taught me what love really is. I'm curious about that. Elaborate how your worst relationship taught you what love really is. I would think it would teach you what love really isn't, but you can elaborate on that, sir. I'd like to hear.
I'm interested in knowing.
Because my worst relationship taught me get the hell out of Dodge. Get the hell out of Dodge when you're feeling something. Right.
Y'all so cool. Y'all the cool girls. Oh my God.
We definitely the cool girls, though.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Yes, we are. We're the cool girls, and you can sit with us. Okay.
Right.
We're the cool girls that you can sit with. All right.
I'm just watching. Oh my God. Man.
Too funny.
Tristan says, my last relationship taught me not to forget, no matter how special I treat someone, don't forget that I am special too. I love that.
Yes.
I
Don't
love that.
But they say, because the other way around is loving you and losing me. So, and I've been there. I've been there where I love someone so much that when the relationship ended, I didn't know who I was anymore. I was like, who the fuck am I? Like, where did I go?
Yeah, because in my situation, everything was about being a man. And, you know, whenever she would get mad, she would be like, a real man would do this and a real man would do that. And that would fuck my head up and it would hurt me and it would wound me because I'm like, damn, girl, I thought I was being a real man. You know what I'm saying? And it would fuck me up because she would gaslight a lot. And I didn't even know what gaslight was until we broke up and I started going on YouTube and hearing about narcissists. And I was like, that's her. That's her. You feel me? So
Was it easy for you to be monogamous?
In the beginning, but once my expectations wasn't being met or fulfilled, and I told her about it countless of times, and she would throw that shit in my face, be like, yo, well, go out there and get a girl. All right, say no more. Say no more. As soon as you walk out that door, for real, she gonna be coming in. You know what I'm saying? And that would happen a lot.
Hey, this is not a secret. It's always easy in the beginning to be monogamous.
I was about to say, I was just about to say.
Oh yeah, in the beginning, isn't it? Isn't it?
Is it a real thing? Because what I feel like it is a condition, right? So it's like, oh, I'm being monogamous. I'm monogamous. Yes, I'm monogamous. I'm ready for monogamy. Yeah, I'm ready to get married. What are you?
Yeah, I was faking it the whole time, but I liked her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look what happened. She broke my heart.
See what? See?
Yeah. So it was my first time being in love. You feel me? Like I'm 33 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm ex-military and everything. I never connected with a chick the way I connected with my ex, and we're still friends and she still be trying to call and have me come get her and pick her up and all that shit. But it's like, she's so toxic. It's like, it's not even worth my time, Jen. Like, I'm not even trying to cat. Like I'm Jonathan Majors or something, but you feel me? Like I got some things going on, but it's like every time I'm around her, I feel like my energy is lower. Like, you feel me? Like,
you got to go. You got to. If you bring down my vibe and my energy, you got to go. You got to go. Yeah. Very, very true.
And you said you're 33.
I hate this. I really, Lucenick.
33.
Lucenick, you need to come up here more often.
Yeah,
you think so?
Yeah, we have new people on the block, But I got to get out of here. That's what I'm saying. Say my goodbyes right now. But catch you.
Are you leaving? Is it because of me? Is it because of me?
No, I like you on the block. Yeah, I want you up here tomorrow if we can do it.
Oh, this is called the block.
Yeah.
Right. You on the block. Yeah. You on the stoop.
Oh,
we on the stoop. We on the stoop talking shit.
Oh yeah, I see it right there on the block with Jen.
Yeah, it's always good to get
like Jenny from the block, right?
No, not like that. No, that's we don't know her.
Like J-Lo.
We don't know.
No.
Shout out J-Lo.
We don't know her.
But
A
no,
whole
it's always
different
cool to
world.
get new people on the block and hear different opinions, different people from different areas. Anyway, so welcome. And
Thanks.
Jen, Lily, everybody have a good night, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow most likely.
We'll see you
All
tomorrow.
right. See you tomorrow.
No Saint had to pull up, and now he's pulling off. Don Levon has elaborated on how he learned about love in his
Okay,
last
let's hear it.
relationship. I thought I loved her when it was me feeling responsible for her and allowed myself to feel guilty when I tried to leave her. Wah, wah, wah. I even question. It's funny. I had this conversation earlier. Well, maybe in the last 24 hours.
I'm scared. I think I know where you're about to go. What's your question?
The whole love thing.
Me too. Oh my God.
Can we talk a little bit?
Yes,
Can we talk a little bit
about
about this love
hold on.
thing?
Let me use the bathroom real quick, because
Okay.
I want to dive in this for this next 20 minutes, 30 minutes of this situation.
Okay.
Damn, she said she gonna dive in it.
Yeah, let's talk about this love thing. The same feeling, the same, chemical our brains release when we eat fucking chocolate. Okay? Let's talk about this, right? This love thing, how we say we love people when I think, right? It's just an affinity, right? It's just an affinity where you meet someone, you think you share the same interest and they excite you. And then you throw into that some sort of lust and physical attraction. It's all yummy. And then that dies down, does it not? All the people that we claim we were quote unquote in love with and we love that person, we don't give a fuck about them right now. Yeah, we say, I still got love for you.
That's what I say. I got love for you.
Right? But let that motherfucker call you and be like, I need a kidney to save my life.
She said a kidney. That's
Right.
That's pretty big though. Like,
But you
I don't even think I give my dad a kidney, like,
Right? So it's like, a lot of what we say, and I look back on the men I quote unquote love. I don't give a fuck about them, right? Not really. Like, listen, I don't want any harm to come to them.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want any harm to come to them, but I don't want any harm to come to any human being in general, except for the motherfuckers I got on my kill list. That's a different situation.
That's another, yeah.
But I don't want, the average person to go through any type of suffering. So that's just me thinking about humanity in general, right? So it's funny when people, I loved her. What the fuck is love other than a fucking hit of chocolate? That is why we
or
love
vanilla.
so hard. Right. That is why we love so hard in the beginning, and then it fucking dies down. So Lily, I mean, you go ahead, get in there about love.
I've been debating this over with myself over the years, right? I believe in caring for a person and having love for a person, right? But this whole love and love unconditionally thing that they market to us is not a real thing. It's conditional, okay? I hate to put it out there like that, but it's conditional. And even with myself, even as I mulled over this whole love thing, the one thing I did know that I didn't want to do from this point on was to fall in love. To fall in love is to ask me to, or it's for me to ask myself to
put yourself at risk.
Yes, and to overlook things that I need to be fucking thinking about. Like I need to be. It's for me to remove my logic, right, and to go along with things that I would normally not go along with. Just
let your guard down.
And then I've been in situations where that word kept me in. Yeah, it kept me in toxic situations. Because I was like, oh, but I love him. And I said I love him. And, that's not something you do with someone you love and this and that. And like Jen said, looking back, now, okay, so looking back for the most part, yeah, I don't give a fuck about them. Like, they're just another human being that I don't want to die, right? But then I do have that one that I do still strongly care for, right? Even though I would never be with them again. It's just that I feel like, because I feel like love doesn't die. That's what it is. I feel like love doesn't die. And so if 20 years later, I don't still have that same feeling and care for you, that cannot have been love. That could not have been love. Now, 20 years later, if I still have that strong feeling of care for you, okay, it's debatable. It's debatable. That's why I kind of go back and forth with it. Oh, you're mute. You're mute, Jen.
Loosen it. Next time you come up, please either pull the
The
battery.
the alarm, the battery, the smoke detector alarm. I read that.
Pull the battery out or get a new battery. Either one, so it's not chirping in my headphones. Por
Oh
favor.
shit! You can hear it? Can you hear it?
Loud.
Oh damn!
It's loud as fuck. So, Don Levon says, the only woman that will love you unconditionally is your mom, not all the time.
I say
Says,
your pet. I say your pet.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good choice. Your pet. I would go with the pet.
you loved your ex. Yeah, the version of love that people talk about. Yeah, I love them, but I don't love them now, do I? That is my point. That everyone we said that we loved, we don't love right now. That is my point. Another thing is, it would be smart for people to understand that what, Ed Miller, love is conditional.
Mm-hmm.
Love is conditional. It's conditional, okay? So when you say no, never love someone unconditionally, Don Levon, no, I disagree. If you are providing something for that person, then you can love them unconditionally and vice versa. But you have to live up to the conditions.
Right.
You have to live up to the conditions. I can love you unconditionally if you're living up to the conditions. If you're giving me the type of sex I like on a regular. If you are taking care of me, if you're taking care of me in the way I feel a man should take care of a woman. Oh, I'm all in.
Thank you for being honest, Jen. Yo,
I'm all in.
Yo, she's one of the most honest women I've ever heard. Like, yo, you're so honest. Like,
thank you. But it's
no, because you just admitted, like love comes with a price, basically, right?
Yes,
it does.
Yes, that is.
So it's not unconditional.
Right. So, and a lot of people say, well, the only people that love you unconditionally is your parents. That's bullshit. Because a lot of parents oust their children if their children, right, go against what they believe.
This lady is funny.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, it's based on conditions, but everything, I think if people look at relationships and marriages as more transactional than whimsy, they'll last longer. If you state in the beginning, this is what I need from you in order to stay in love with you. This is the consistency I need, and this is what I need for you to provide. That's why I don't like vows. I loathe in sickness and in health, till death do us part, for richer, for poorer. I loathe vows as they are written because it is a setup for fucking disaster. You do not love someone the same for richer, for poorer, or in sickness and in health. That's why when people end up in wheelchairs, I can't take this. I didn't sign up for somebody in a wheelchair. I'm out.
Deuces.
Right. Or you're fat now. I didn't sign up for a fat woman. I'm out.
And that will go,
right?
And that will go in the prenup that I was talking about in my marriage plan.
Mm-hmm,
if you gain the X amount of money, boom, you're out. Or the woman can say, if your income drops under a certain amount, you have this amount of time to get your shit together, or whatever. I don't know.
The income dropping crazy.
Whatever that couple needs for them, that they know that their need for their survival and that their comfort in this particular union. Because I look at marriages like, if you're going to get married to somebody, like, first of all, your shit should already be together, okay? And then they're supposed to enhance what you've already put together in your own life. That's it. You shouldn't be taken away. You shouldn't be taken away from the quality of my lifestyle, and I shouldn't be taken away from the quality of yours.
Right. Miss Ruth said, Bobby Caldwell said it best. What you won't do for love.
What you won't do, you
You
do for
tried
love.
everything, but you won't.
Everything, God. I used to wonder why my you. Oh shit! Go ahead, Jen.
No, let me tell you, I could love unconditionally with conditions. If you're meeting my conditions, I'll be the best motherfucker you ever done met.
Yes.
If you're meeting my conditions, I will be, it's going to sound cheesy and corny, but that meme, if you want her to be your angel, then build a heaven for her.
That's
Wow.
it. That's it.
Damn.
That's it.
Okay, build a heaven for her. I will be the best angel. I will come in with my wings. Okay,
All of that. All of that.
you know what I mean. But you have to make heaven for me, and I will be your angel. I have no problem with that. But
So can I
it's
ask you a question, Jen?
Yes, sir.
So, all right, for example, so you saying if your man creates heaven for you, you know what I'm saying, you're there.
Mhm.
What if, God forbid, your man is in a car accident? And remember, before this accident, he prepared heaven for you.
Mhm.
And now he's in a wheelchair.
Mhm.
You know, he lost his ability to walk.
Mhm.
Now, that's not his fault. Are you going or, keep it
Absolutely.
100? You've been keeping it 100 so far.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't know.
Okay, that's honest.
I don't know. Now,
Mhm.
here's the thing. It's easier in my mind to, and people cringe when they hear that, like, oh, you love him, you're supposed to stay, right? The people that think about love with whimsy, they're like, oh, she would break out the same way you would break out if your girl looked like a model when you met her, and then she ended up looking like Precious 3 years later, right? You'd be looking at me if I'm your secretary
Precious.
at your job, right? You'd be looking at me. So let's keep it a hundo. Let's keep it a hundo. I don't know. I'd have to be in that situation, but I will say this. The man that set heaven up for me already has a good fucking chance of me sticking with him.
Right.
A good chance. But don't let us have been struggling, okay?
Right.
And now you in a wheelchair on top of everything else?
Yes.
But if you made that heaven for me, then you have provided me a life or a love or protection and providing, then more than likely I'm gonna rock with you, right? And we're gonna have to work through a lot of shit, and hopefully your hands still work and your mouth still works, because I'm gonna have to drag you to the bed so you can still eat and finger me, because it's gonna be a different lifestyle.
Right.
It's gonna be a different lifestyle. But men have to, you know what I mean? Like, you have to make that heaven for the women if you want women, you know what I mean, to endure, to fucking endure. Like, sometimes men are like, women do it too. They're delusional, right? Women, they'll push out 2 babies. Now they got a gut.
Talk about that.
Right. Now they got a gut, and they're like, you supposed to love me anyway. I have my body look like this because I had kids for you. No, bitch. No, that's not how humans work.
And the ironic part is they had those kids trying to keep the man in, that's why they had the babies, to try to trap a man or try to keep him. But now they got the gut.
Yeah, but not all women.
Oh, should I say something crazy? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No. You didn't say nothing crazy. I'm just saying women have children because they're in marriages, and that's what married people do, is have children. So it's like, but sometimes her body gets out of whack, and she still needs, in my opinion, just mine, she still has a duty and an obligation to be attractive for that man.
100.
It's your duty and your obligation. You took the ring.
Right. Somebody made a comment I wanted to respond to it, because I think we answered this question earlier, but they may not have been here.
Mhm.
But I think it's Carrie's crib or Kari's crib.
Mhm.
It says, sounds like you look at love like a business. And we answered that we look at marriage as a business, and we love was put into it much more recent. I'm talking recent.
Mhm.
But it has always, since the beginning of time, been about resources, putting together resources and upward mobility. That's what marriage has been about since the beginning of time, and it's still like that in many parts of the world. And hence why when people are already wealthy, they tend to not get into the marriage situation because they don't need it. They'll actually lose out than gain. So
Rod Veal, I want to address this comment. I'm getting a lot of feedback, guys. Watch your mics. Is that you, Lucinic? You're gonna have to mute when you're not talking and then unmute yourself when you're talking.
Oh,
Yeah, much better. Woo, much better. Thank you. So it's okay. Whenever you're gonna talk, just unmute yourself till you're gonna talk. Rod Veal says, but men know their woman ain't gonna be beautiful forever. But women do expect the wealth level to rise or stay the same, not to start a battle of the sexes. Now, there's the block. We could talk about everything. Here's the thing: as far as attraction and women, quote unquote, not staying beautiful forever, you're not gonna be beautiful either. And the majority of men aren't beautiful even at the altar. Let's keep it 100. A lot of guys that get married, you're not at the altar looking like Jason Momoa, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Okay? Let's keep it 100. You're up there at the altar with your gut, okay? And the receding airline and some shit like that. Y'all not even coming into this situation, on a high level of attraction. Some woman was like, this guy is safe enough. He's providing enough. Let me lock this down because women are supposed to get married and have babies, right? Let's keep it 100. Let's do the battle of the sexes. We're not afraid of that on the block, right? But here's the thing. What men do is like, yeah, I know my wife is not going to be beautiful forever, but then they're seeking out women that are beautiful. Whether it's at their job, whether it's at the bar, whether it's at the lounge or the cigar bar, men are still looking for beauty in women, right? And again, that broom that knows the corners, you're not going to leave your wife, right? But you're still looking for that beauty elsewhere. And that's how men get caught up. As far as looks, like, come on, you guys aren't at that altar looking like much. Respectfully, I'm just saying that respectfully. A lot of you guys aren't at that altar looking like much. Y'all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know that. For better or worse, till death do us part. Shit. 50% of the divorce rate says otherwise.
Yes, and I'm like, that's consistent. Actually rising, but okay.
Yeah, marriage has always been a business. What they did was they added whimsy to it so they can sell wedding dresses and expensive diamond rings and, plate settings and roses and flowers. Marriage is like the biggest fucking business in America. It's a $1 billion business. $1 billion business. So they're going to sell you on that whimsy, a diamond is forever.
Yes.
Now you got to go and run out, get a fucking diamond.
Yes. When I was doing makeup, let me tell you something. When I was doing makeup and doing YB Limited in Atlanta, we was doing the hair, the makeup and everything. I loved wedding season. Wedding season used to have a girl right financially because they spend so much money gets spent on weddings because the majority of the focus is the wedding. They're not thinking that this wedding comes with a whole husband, right? They're not thinking about that part. Like they're thinking about that ring, the attention, the wedding, the attention at the wedding, and then after that they're like,
oh, it's a big to do. Weddings are it's a big party to look forward to, especially for women. Women love them an idea of a wedding and a reception. They love them. And I always say they forget it come with a whole husband.
Right. They do. They do.
Ooh.
You got a whole husband after that party's over and everybody goes home. You got a whole husband in your house. Okay. Well, Kari's saying he would look fly as fuck.
Hey, why do women, right? Like when they get married, why do some women wear white? Like when they walk down the aisle, even though they're not virgins. I was just always curious about that.
Because people go against everything they claim they adhere to. That's why. It's just like religious people, like the Bible said, and it's like, how many sins are you doing, quote unquote? How many sins are you pulling from that Bible? It's just tradition.
Gotcha, tradition.
So like Harry said, fake tradition.
Right, fake tradition.
Crazy.
Yeah. Rod Veal said, the point is you come into the relationship knowing your conditions will change and you are committing to work it out. Yeah, okay, 50% of the population says fuck a marriage and working it out.
Oh, yeah, right. Ain't nobody trying to work shit out.
You can't lie about stats. Marriage is on the decline. Also, we can't, since we're going to keep it a hundo, we can't get away from, a lot of people settle into marriage. This is the best I'm going to be. She's the best she's going to be. Let's do this shit together and be average at best together. Let's keep it 100. If your situation was different, where $100 million fell in your lap, you would look at life differently. Would you pick that person? that you're laying next to right now, would you pick that person? If I was a genie and made your wish come true and granted you $100 million, you're gonna look at the world differently. That is why we call that first wife the starter wife. That is why we call that first wife the starter wife. And when you look at a lot of men who came into money, they get rid of the starter wife for a younger, cuter model with a little waist and perky titties. It happens over and
All
over
the
and
time.
over again.
Yeah.
But if you are a have not and she is a have not, and it's like, shit, who else gonna accept me with my gut? She got a gut, but she kind of cute. Let's do this marriage thing and stay committed to working it out no matter what. People settle into marriage because it's safe, right? It's safe. Who else gonna want me? All right. But if I gave you $100 million and now you're at bars with beautiful women, now you're at parties with beautiful women, now you're traveling the world and there's beautiful women everywhere, you're gonna look at that motherfucker back home a little different.
And let's add on the fact that if you weren't used to getting played your whole life, let's add that element on top of it, baby. It's a whole nother human being. Your mind is going to blow up with that amount of
mean, look at Kevin Hart, for instance. Kevin Hart, he had the starter wife, and I did a starter wife show. Remember, he had the starter wife. He blew up. First of all, Kevin Hart's like 5'0". Okay, little squealy man who hops up and down around like a little chihuahua every movie, right? In a real world without money, who's gonna be checking for Kevin Hart? But you add $100 million to that motherfucker, and his wife isn't looking so attractive anymore.
No, yeah,
you know.
Now,
Dwayne Wade, I mean, we could go on and on and on with these men who had the starter wives, and look at the wives on their arms now. So for everybody's like, no, you get with somebody and then you stay committed to working it out. Let me drop $100 million in your lap, then we gotta have another conversation.
But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna take it a step further. Some of them even got starter kids.
What you trying to say about Steve Harvey?
I was about to say some of them got starter kids, baby.
Yo, what's that?
Because they get the updated and upgraded wife with the more finer hair, the more lighter skin, and the lighter eyes.
Oh shit!
The kids come out with the finer hair, the lighter skin, and all of a sudden you don't see the darker kids no more. Where they go? What happened? I thought you had 2 other kids. What the other ones?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I disagree with this Rod Veal. He said, and 50% are working it out. 50% are fucking tolerating each other. 50% have property together. 50% are raising kids till they go to college. 50% feel fucking trapped. Let me tell you something. The percentage, I think, of people that are happily married and doing it together and still get wet when they see each other is probably a thimbleful. It's probably a thimbleful, but that other 50%, you know how many of my friends are married and like, I can't fucking leave. She's going to take half. I can't fucking leave. I won't be able to see my kids. I can't fucking leave. I can't afford it. I can't fucking leave. She was there with me, blah, blah. I'll feel bad if I leave. So don't think that the other 50%, they all working it out and they happy. Them motherfuckers are mostly tolerating each other. That sound is crazy right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't believe that the other 50% working it out. Motherfuckers be stuck like Chuck. They cannot afford to leave that house.
Yeah.
Or their situation or the apartment, or they got to get these kids through college. It ain't 50%. It's a thimbleful. I guarantee it's a thimbleful.
Yeah, I always say they don't make it look appealing. They don't make it look appealing.
Yeah, and I'm not tolerating anybody. So I love the idea of that 5-year reassessment. Do we still like each other after 5 years? What are we doing? How's the sex, right? And I always say every couple months, you should sit down with your partner or your spouse. Every couple months. They do it at work. If you're at a job, people are constantly looking, are you still, worthy of keeping this job? If not, they fire your ass, do they not? Because you're no longer producing. So similarly, in a marriage, every couple months, are you good? Am I good? How's the sex? How'd you feel? Did you feel disrespected? In the past 6 months? Is there any resentment? Is there something we need to talk about? How are you feeling about the in-laws? What do we vacation enough? What are we doing with our finances? Every couple months, you better do that shit.
Yeah.
You better do that every fucking couple months. You're doomed.
Somebody said prom queen is now the prom fiend.
Don Levon
That's
says,
crazy.
settled in a marriage. A marriage is one of the most important financial decisions that you will ever make. Is who you date, who you marry, and who you have a child with. So choose wisely. Absolutely.
Right.
Um.
Right.
Make your woman laugh or
Oh
something
yeah, like what
else.
he just said. I do the 30-day, 60-day, 90-day. I do the 6 month, 1 year. Like I'm always reevaluating the shit. Because
Um.
this is how I look at it, Jen. My
Mhm,
life is very peaceful. My
mhm,
life is very fun.
mhm,
I get what I want.
mhm,
I do what I want.
mhm,
It's very free, right?
mhm, mhm,
And I fucking love it. Okay.
mhm, mhm.
The only time any of that gets a little compromised, I noticed the common denominator is relationships. And I was like, oh, that's what I'm doing wrong.
I keep trying to
I keep trying to
coexist with somebody.
I keep trying to coexist with these motherfuckers. Like, so I realized how I want to do it. Like, because the thing is, I still love men. I fucking love men. I
Mm,
love the company of men. I love the conversations with men. I love the way they smell. I love
mhm,
their sex. I
mhm,
love men. So that's why I was getting it confused and thinking because I love all of those things that I
mhm,
was supposed to have all of those things in a traditional sense.
mhm,
And then I was like, no, 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 no.
mhm,
There's ways of having all of those things and enjoying all of those things
mhm,
without the full commitment, right? And then they can
mhm,
still have their fun, free, full, happy, peaceful life that they want to have, if they're built like me. Now, if they're built like someone who has to have that just stability and blah, 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 I'm not the girl for you. I'm not her.
mhm, mhm. Rod Veal, this is an interesting, thank you for the super chat, Don Levon. Rod Veal said, look, in any endeavor, only the top 10% is going to have the ideal situation. That's in money, business, whatever. So you can be single or fighting to be in that 10% of love success stories. But here's the thing, successful marriages aren't always like, oh, I love her, I love him. Sometimes it's two motherfuckers that partnered up and took their financial situation, you know what I'm saying, and upgraded that bitch, right? That's also a form of fucking love. Yo, me and you rock out together. Let's make more money. Your ideas, my money. Boom. Like people equate like, oh, successful marriage to let's just have this love. And you motherfuckers in the same position 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years later. Y'all in
That's
the
not
same
sexy.
fucking, it's not sexy. It
Mm-mm,
is not
mm-mm,
sexy. So
mm-mm.
if marriage was made to like upgrade a situation or keep money in house or keep being fruitful and plentiful, it's like, what's the point to get married just to settle, to have a motherfucker under your roof?
I'm good.
No, no quiero, no
I'm
quiero,
good.
no lo
I'm good.
quiero, no lo
Mm-mm.
No
quiero.
quiero.
And I don't suffer from loneliness. I don't have that
Mm,
gnawing feeling of like, oh, I'm lonely, I'm sick. I don't. I actually
mhm,
get more anxiety when I have to share my space for too long.
mhm, mhm.
I get
Um,
anxiety behind that shit.
so it's interesting. Don Levon said relationships are supposed to be easy as fuck with the right person. And then Carrie's crib said marriage isn't happy all the time. So what's interesting is I think that good relationships take more work than bad relationships. Good
Yes.
relationships take more work than bad relationships because bad relationships is easy to neglect and reject, right? It's like whatever, I'm putting in little effort and that's why they go bad. Good relationships are work. They
Yes.
are
They're a lot of work.
work.
And you have to be willing, right?
Yes.
And that's the thing. We have to know like what's important to us, not society and the good look. I'm talking about what's really important to you, right? Because
Yes.
anything worth having is a lot of work. So that's if you want to have children and have a healthy relationship and a healthy parenting child life, that's going to take work. If you want to have a spouse, that's a healthy relationship, that's going to take work. If you want to have a business, that's going to take work. If you want to buy a home, that's going to take work. What's important to you, right?
Right.
So you have to ask yourself, is this important to do this work? Does it mean that much to me to have this spouse to do whatever work I need to do to make it a healthy thing? If the answer is yes, then hey, it's all for you, right? Or is having a business and being a business owner that important to me that I'm willing to do all of the things that it takes to be a business owner? If the answer is no, it may not be for you. So you have to know who you are and stop letting society tell you ain't shit if you don't have a spouse, or you ain't shit if you're not a business owner, if you're not shit if you're not. No. Know who you are and see if it's important to you. If it may not be.
Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's why I don't like the way marriage is marketed, because $1 billion business to get married and $1 billion business to get divorced. It is a hustle. It's a fucking hustle for the court systems. And for people who are like, no, marriage is, for people that are like, no, marriage is about love. Okay, bitch, why are you signing contracts? Okay, you go to City Hall, you're doing paperwork. Okay, you're getting wedding certificates, it's paperwork. Okay, so obviously, right. So the government obviously is smarter about marriage than you, because they know it's a business. That's why they're giving you those contracts. Do you have a marriage license? Okay, that's what the government is looking at. While you buying wedding rings and dresses and planning church and parties and receptions, the government is like, sign this paper right here.
Right.
Yeah, sign right here, sir, ma'am.
True story. Yeah.
Sir, ma'am, here you go. Sign this paper. You need a certificate. The government knows it's a business deal. How the fuck are you going into it? Like, it's literally like a fucking bad record label deal. Just perform that love shit that y'all do. And meanwhile, they're lining their pockets with all the money you spending. You go perform. You're the talent. We don't give a fuck. And then they're like, don't forget to sign right here. Thank you, sir, ma'am. Thank you.
And in the event one of you don't act right, we got you.
Sign this for your divorce.
Yeah, right. We'll collect the coins for you. Yeah, we got you.
Oh, you're done with them, sir, ma'am. Here you go. Sign this and we'll get you divorced. We'll get you divorced.
You know what's funny? A lot of these folks understand that divorce is a business, but they don't know that marriage is a business. They get that. They don't understand that. They don't get that. It's all a business.
Oh God. Oh my goodness. Yes, Don Levon. Yes. So just to be dating is a hard no for me. What the fuck are we doing? Just having sex and watching Netflix.
The government in your business, that's all marriage is putting the government in your business. You can be in love. Just be in love forever.
Listen, you got a better chance doing a contract between you and that person.
And that's what me and my ex did. That's what me and my ex did. That's exactly what we did. We did a contract between us, like in the event that we were together. Yeah, in the event that we were still together and one of us passed, this is how the money needed to be spent. This is who you need to make sure my people are good. All of that stuff. And I had an inconvenience be like Mariah, but it wasn't as high as hers. So so yeah,
Right. I have a chat, Lee. Okay, my ex tried to get me to pay for her lawyer. Yeah, divorce is horrific. Divorce is horrific. You really got to know what you're doing. It's really bad. Don Levon said a 2-year dating contract. Don, wasn't you saying 5 years before? Now you down to 2?
Right.
And now he's down to 1 year. He said,
okay, we about to fight.
He taking it down. He like 1 year.
Yeah, like my thing is, I would rather build a community, like sister wives, like would you guys be a sister wife?
No,
like what's wrong with that? Because
no, it's nothing
there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it
at all. I just think, just like marriage, in any other situation, you have to know what you're built for and what works for you. That's all I look at. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As a matter of fact,
that's my dream. Like literally, that is my dream. Like I want to have like 3 women, like we all, support each other, buy groceries. Because in the future, look, God gave me the spirit of discernment. What's coming, a lot of these women is going to be asked out. You know how many women I see at the bus stop in the rain, especially like older women, and it breaks my heart because every older woman I see, I think automatically like, yo, it was a man that was digging her that she probably, tried to like hypergamiate to the next level or monkey branch to the next level. And then is left with nothing, you know. So
Oh damn.
yeah, because look, in the future, man, you gotta have at least 2 or 3 people to support a household, and we talking about regular Americans. We're not talking about Meek Mills, Drake.
So I'm curious, Lucinek.
Okay.
I'm curious. What do you think when you see lonely men by themselves? What did they try to do? Lonely
Honestly,
older men.
Okay. That's a good question. It would be the exact same mirror. You know, like maybe they miscalculated with some of the females in their lives. Like I'm a mirror. Whatever a man is gonna think, it's gonna be a woman out there thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. You know, and a lot of men ain't prepared for that. Just like a lot of men ain't prepared to see their woman smashing another man. Yeah, like they can't handle it, or vice versa. Like the woman can't handle it, and they delete their partner. You know, and that's because they want it all. They want it all. Like, you know, sad.
Carrie said 3 women is expensive and a headache. Yeah, but a lot of people, again, polyamory is also a financial plan.
Yes, it is.
Okay. For the record, for men that can't hold down a household by themselves, they're like, let me get 3 women in here, everybody working, everybody buying these groceries. It's also a financial plan, right? A lot of people aren't polyamorous because they want to be. They just like, it works out better. Your mic, Lucinek, you are, I don't know.
Your mic is driving me nuts.
Yeah, it's really bad.
But it's definitely I definitely commend it. You know, get it how you live and do what works for you. I think it's a cool thing if you can have a community, and then especially if there's children involved and you all can help raise the children and things like that. There's way more than one way to skin a cat. So
Jonas Blaine too. That sounds like a name off of like what's that movie? Jason Bourne. Jonas Blaine II.
He a mercenary.
When are rich black men going to leave white women alone? Never, honey.
They don't have to. They can be with whoever they want to be with.
They're never gonna leave them alone because they see it. What is that noise, Lucinek? Because we got to figure that out. You can't come back up here with that again. Is it that you're listening to us in the background?
No. Is it you got headphones on?
Or you hopping around? What is it?
Y'all sure it's me?
Yeah.
Positive.
Yeah, every time.
So can y'all hear the noise now when I'm talking?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's bad.
It's horrible. Do you have headphones on?
It's hot garbage.
No. It's probably just a bad connection. He would have to go out and come back or something.
So what I was talking about? I was fucking gonna talk about something. Oh, yeah, the white women, like rich black men are never gonna leave white women alone because in their minds it's also part of the come up.
Yeah.
Having a white woman on their arm is part of the come up. So that's never going to.
And they don't admit it, but it's the truth.
Nick Cannon did.
Oh, good. I admire him for.
Remember when he had that one-on-one with Reza Islam? He was like literally black athletes himself. They feel like, you know what I mean? They got the white woman. Now they can afford the white woman and it's part of the come up. And there was a time where black men couldn't get white women. So this is like their revenge. So they literally see it like if I get a white woman, it's part of the come up package. A lot of black men think like that.
And I mean, yeah, I definitely knew they think like that, but I didn't know that one admitted it. And I admire him for being honest.
Yeah. Ed Miller says somebody tied up. All right, guys. Don Levon says, Lucinek, are your dreads hitting the mic? Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
LOL. Like, it can't be my dreads hitting the mic. The mic is nowhere close to me. Okay. Like, I mean, like, should my TV be on or
no? I think it's when he starts moving the phone. Like, if you just set it there, probably. Hold on.
Yeah, we got to figure that out so you could come back.
Like, is it doing it now? Because the mic is live. Or hot. It's open right now, so I don't hear it. I'm like, I apologize. I ain't trying to mess up your live. Like, I could leave, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, we're closing anyway, but you got to figure that out for next time because that shit was hot garbage. Like, and I
is it still doing it?
Yeah, it's bad. You got to go on mute. It's hot garbage. It is hot garbage.
Mhm.
All right, guys. The higher your tax bracket, the less you see black women out. Oh, damn. Don Levant said it sounds like the mic is in your pocket.
I mean, but statistically, that's the truth. I mean, it's
It's
to the
not,
point
it's
where,
not East Grapple, that's not cap because what kind of white women are you with without a pro contract? Are you with white models or are you with white round the way bitches who couldn't get up in, you know what I mean, a party with celebrities? Are you with the type of white women that are at the Vanity Fair party? Are you with white women that are some round the way bitches that got to settle for some black guy because they got a crush on black men? There's a different caliber when athletes and celebrities and actors and singers and rappers, when they get white women, those are quote unquote usually the models and the bitches that be at the parties. It's a different caliber of white woman. But yeah, we know like in the hood, you know what I mean? If there's a random white chick running around, some black guy's gonna get it. Like some black
yeah,
guy's gonna get the white chick in the neighborhood. She's in the neighborhood. She want to
right.
smash somebody black. So I'm just saying respectfully, honey. Yeah, you can get a white girl in the hood. I lived in Virginia a couple months. There was nothing but them white, dusty foots, white women running around with black guys. The dirty underfoots.
Yep. And then Blackfoot. But
All right, Carrie, we'd love to have you join us next time. We will be up tomorrow. Please hit that like and subscribe. And don't forget, we are doing Block Talent Battle. There will be a cash prize. We want you talented people to come up, tell your friends. You can rap, act, sing, tie a fucking cherry stem with your tongue, whatever your talent is. We'd like to see it. We will be judging and judging harshly, but it's not up to us who wins. People have to vote, and the person that gets the most votes will get the cash prize. So put the word out there. We're doing that April 15th. Make sure
yes.
you like and subscribe. Lily, can you drop your link in the chat so people can follow you and keep up with the updates? Por favor, before we get the fuck out of here.
Yep, I am putting it in the chat now. And make sure for all of you that have friends who have a level of talent, no matter what it is, as long as it won't get us kicked off of YouTube. Make sure you let them know, because like $100 to come up and do their thing for a couple of minutes, Like hold on 1 second. This phone. Sure you sorry, y'all. Like this phone gets on my nerves. Okay. I've been trying to pull this up this whole time.
Oh, you in trouble now. I heard you. I heard the echoing.
No, that was my phone. Hold on. Okay, so I'm trying to put this in. Okay, there we go. Boom. So yeah, let them know, because $100 cash prize is cool, and you can support your friends.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So we are out of here. I'm going to give you a few minutes. Please follow that link that Lily just dropped. Follow that YouTube page. Please and thanks you. Follow that.
Hey, Jen, I just want to say thanks for bringing me up. Sorry for my mic. Hopefully I can figure it out. Lily, you beautiful as hell. I wish I could rub your head. I don't know if you're into that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, and like one more thing, Lily, you from the East Coast, ain't you?
Of course.
So you in New York or New Jersey?
I'm in Brooklyn.
I knew it. You didn't tell me that either.
Yeah, I mean, it's Brooklyn swag. I mean, it's all day. It's like, yeah, undeniable.
All right, guys. So we are out. Come back mañana. Thank you so much for coming up, Lucinic. We love seeing new faces. We didn't need that, but we'll see you. We'll see you next time.
I'm sorry, Jen. I love you though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Love you back. See you next time. All right, guys. So we are out of here. Meet us tomorrow. Pull up to the block, Manana. Okay. Come back, Manana. This was fun. I hope you learned some things. Okay. I hope we appreciate you, chat, for holding us down. Thank you for all the super chats. Don't forget to like and subscribe, support at Cash App on the Block with Jen, and follow us on social media. Okay, that is how you support us. We love that you're here, but we could really use the support on our socials.
I sent the wrong link. Sorry.
What link?
I think it was. Yeah, thank you. Hold on.
What link are you putting down? The YouTube or your Instagram?
No, it was the wrong link. It was something I was sending somebody earlier,
Okay.
and somebody caught it. There we go. Boom. Thank
Don, I gotta
you.
talk to you about the cash prize. I'll talk to you. I'll call you in a minute if you're available. Yeah, I'll talk to you about that. Ed Miller said the Blackfoot. You know what them big old white girls down in Virginia. You know who I'm talking about.
Yep, the dirty bottom foot.
The dirty bottom foot white lady.
All
The
right,
boo boo,
see ya.
what do you call it? The honey boo boos.
Oh yes. Her and her mama.
Dollar make me want to holler. Yeah, so follow that link right there, mi gentes. Thank you, darlings. Don't forget to follow us also on Instagram. And I'm out of here. I think I'll go get me some dinner. Good night,
Yes.
Lily. I'll
Good
see
night,
you next
y'all.
All right, guys. If you're still here, hit that like and subscribe. Thank you for being here. Mama appreciates it. Tonight was a good night. And hopefully no feelings got hurt. And if you did, walk it off, bitch. Go do your laundry, okay? We're just all kicking it here. This is just like a Bronx stoop in New York City. Good night, Lucinic. We'll see you next time when you fix that damn mic and that fucking fire alarm. But we appreciate you. Thank you so much for camming up. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow.